Welcome to the Imagine Not Being Leeds.
Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Now then, everyone, welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. I hope you're all doing well. I'm as nervous now as I was yesterday because that point yesterday that we got home, which was a poor performance and feels like a bad point, could turn into an okay point if games and results go our way. And we're back at that point again where we are looking at other people, looking at other teams, other fixtures, and hoping that it does go our way. So let's, fingers crossed, Villa can beat West Ham today. And Spurs Forest, I'm undecided what I want, guys. I'm undecided. A point probably is best. Forest are lower than Spurs by a point. So is it a Forest we want to win? Or are you on the camp of wanting Spurs to win and try and drag Forest even further down, considering I do tip Forest as potentially the team to go down? But it's an interesting one. We'll see. I'm going to flick between the games. I haven't managed to get both games on simultaneously. So I'll flip between the games. If a goal pops up, let me know and I'll change the ticket at the bottom. But yeah, we'll just have a natter. We'll have a chinwag. I've currently got the Villa West Ham game on. I think that's the most important one for me because if Villa can win, we remain 4 points clear of West Ham, which is huge. And whatever happens in the other game for me is it's irrelevant to a degree in terms of, West Ham are the side that were in the bottom three. They're the side we try to stay in front of. So yeah, hopefully they both go our way. But I am choosing at the minute to put the Villa West Ham game on and hope to God that Villa can sort the patchy form out, which it has been. Theo's here. I'll say hi, mate.
Hi.
Say hi, mate.
Hi, mate.
Mate, there's 29 mates. That was one mate. Being silly. But yeah, fingers crossed that this goes our way today. Do me a favour, smash us a like on the video, please, and subscribe if you're new here. So Villa line up with Martinez, Cash, Concert, Torres, and Luca Digne, who make up the back five. Barkley, Onana in midfield with McGinn, Rodgers, Sancho, and Watkins. So very attacking side for Villa. Looks good on paper, to be fair, does that. And West Ham, Hermanson, back three of Tobido, Mavropanos, Diassi, Wan-Bissaka and Diouf as the wing-backs, Souček, Mateus Fernandes in midfield, Bowen, Pablo on the left, and Castellanos, because Somerville's still out, up front. And then when you look at the other game, Spurs, they line up with Vicario, Danso, Romero, Van der Ven. So Romero and Van der Ven back. There must be a red card in that one, surely. Porro and Spence as the wing-backs, Gray and Sarr in the middle as usual, Richarlison, Tell and Solanke. So not a bad side. So they've still got a lot of players out, Spurs. And Forest have Sells in net, Aina at right back, Milenkovic, Murillo centre half with Nico Williams at left back, middle two of Sangare and Anderson, decent midfielders them two. Hutchinson on the right, Hudson-Odoi on the left, Gibson, White and Igor Jesus. How are they down there struggling? How are Forest down there struggling? But yeah, that's their lineup too. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Is that the future Ballon d'Or winner, Theo Foster, with you? It is, my mate. It is. Hey up, David. One more time. We're hoping teams we don't like much do Leeds a couple of massive favours. Yeah, I agree, Paul. A Villa win and a draw. Yeah, David, that's probably where I am. I've seen a lot of people say they'd rather Forest lose today and Spurs win, but I aren't too sure what's best for us, really. But I know, obviously, West Ham losing this is essential, really. And I think if West Ham lose this, yesterday's point is a little bit more palatable. The performance was a bit turgid, but yeah, I'm going to do a pre-record, I think, after the watch-along's finished and put that out once we know the results and sort of let people know where my headspace is with Leeds. At the minute, Spurs v Villa wins, please. We need a 4-point gap to West Ham and Forest. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Like I say, that'd be a lot more comfortable going in national break. I mean, if West Ham win today, regardless of what happens in the other fixture, I do think the West Ham Villa game's a bigger game. I do. I think the other game's a bit more appealing, maybe as a neutral to watch. the Spurs Forest game. I do personally think Villa West Ham is a bigger game for us because that is where we try to keep his nose in front of it. Up Tezza as always. Thanks for tuning in, pal. I win for Villa. Put them in a great Champions League. Yeah, they've got plenty to play for, haven't they? So they've been a bit patchy of late, Gavin. They have. Afternoon, Mike. We never do it the easy way, so it doesn't matter what happens today. We can only affect our own results, and they will. Yeah, no, I get that. But it certainly does help with other fixtures, doesn't it? It certainly does aid us. We may need a little bit of help, Mike, I can't lie. Because at the minute, it doesn't look like Leeds United are helping herself. So we need a little bit of good fortune to go our way. And when I say good fortune, I mean, you're just hoping Villa can do what they should do. You know, Villa should be beating West Ham at home. I know there's no God-given right, but they've got some good players out there at Villa. They should be winning this game for me at Villa Park. So if they can take care of their business, Villa, they're going for the Champions League spot, as they say. If that happens, then it gives us a massive positive going in that international break. That has to be one of the worst games of football I've seen. The North East derby, and I watched Leeds play a lot. But a poor game. I didn't watch it, mate. I know Sunderland won it 2-1. Fair play to Sunderland. The Mackhams, I did not see them winning that game. The double over Newcastle, safe on 43 points. Well safe on 43 points. They're absolutely buzzing. All Leeds out. We up the Villa. Come on, Villa. So let me know what happens at Tottenham game, but I am going to stick with the Villa game for now. Villa, West Ham. I may switch in between, but for now, Villa West Ham's a bigger game for me. But let me know if, what happens in the other fixture. I'll flick over. Very worried with current goal droughts as Harrison, but I think it will. If we get a goal in our next game, it will re-energise the players and build some confidence and belief into these players. Yeah, sometimes it's just a goal or a clean sheet or whatever it is, just to kick into action, and then it all sort of takes care of itself. I do think, a goal would. I really wanted Calvert-Lewin to get one yesterday, but I think a goal will kick us on. We are a threatening side in terms of, in certain games as well where we've played with Gruev in midfield, and we haven't had two up top. I know it weren't a traditional two up top yesterday. There were a little bit of flexibility, and Metro ended up quite wide left at times yesterday, but I think that was just situational with Gabby Goodmanson not being there. We're going to have to cover a bit more ground. But yeah, I do lie. I didn't mind the side we put out yesterday. I won't lie, but again, I do think you've got to credit Brentford too. Really hard to break down. Really good side. Not what they had in the division for no reason, but we have to find a way of scoring. We have to find a way of scoring goals. It's all right on here. We sit here now and let's say Villa do us a favour, and let's say other games are drawn, and we're like, right, those results went our way. We play against Scum next game back. We go to Scum and get hammered, which some people won't want to go there, but say that happens, we're back to square one again, aren't we? Because we can't keep relying on other teams doing us favour after favour every weekend. That's going to stop at some point. Just want to say as well, massive shout out to Boss Nass, who did the watch-along yesterday for me. Great numbers. A bit of a mishap at half-time where technology, bringing me on and then me going back off, ended the stream at half-time. Then he had to redo another one. A bit flustered, a bit stressed for 10, 15 minutes. But big shout out to Boss Nass. Anyone who watched it yesterday and liked and all that, thanks so much for giving the channel support, and thanks so much for supporting Boss Nass. I know you're a little bit nervous, but I'm sure it went down a treat. All right, Matty lad. Hi, Theo, says Duncan. Hi, Duncan. Do us a favour, just close that door, please. Hi, Matty and Theo. Oh, my God. I was a wreck in the stadium yesterday. That last 10 minutes was a hard watch. Well done on your football, Theo. Smashing it. Leeds. He's smiling. Yeah. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate that. Here we go, says Kershaw. Everything crossed for positive results. Everything crossed indeed, mate. Oh, Villa on the attack. Come on, Villa. Just turn it on today. How are you doing? The Leeds gamer. What's your preference from the Spuds Forest? A draw, probably, mate. I've been massive Leeds gamer on keeping Spurs down as long as you can. So I won't. You look at the table and Forest win would be better because technically they're a point lower than Spurs. So you're keeping. I don't know. My head's all over shot with it. I'm not going to lie. I do look at it and think the longer you can keep Spurs not winning, that might be good. But then they've just done Atletico Madrid and they've got a point at Anfield. So I feel like the resurgence is on. So I kind of feel like them winning may be bad for us because that'll be 3 games without a loss. A couple of wins back to back. Their confidence goes up. Spurs then probably get out of it. I think if they lose today against Forest, heads go down. That pointless win in the Champions League, which meant nothing in the end, probably halts that momentum then. So I'm not too sure. I'd probably just say for ease a draw would be ideal. But this is a game, Villa West Ham, which is the main kicker, really, isn't it? West Ham, just lose this game, please. Villa, please just win this game. We need you to win this game for us. This break may help Okafor to get his fitness back. Yeah, I agree, full-time Leeds. I genuinely think Okafor out, but don't get me wrong, he hasn't been superb all season. But I think Okafor being out in this downturn in form recently has been a massive part of that reason. I really, really believe so. I think scum away at first game back, you end up with, I think Okafor will start. He's going to be a thought patch. He's not going in international duty, so yeah, won't have that match sharpness, but he'll be fit. He'll be fresh. And I think you could see Gabby Goodmanson again, obviously at left back with Okafor in front of him. And I think all of a sudden that looks a lot more threatening. Gabby Goodmanson and Okafor on that left-hand side looks a lot more threatening than what we've seen. And all of a sudden, the attacking impetus is on us then. Smash the likes for Matty. His coverage is always top class. Without a doubt, a proper footy fan with passion just like me. Thanks, Nigel. Love that, mate. Thanks so much. Appreciate that, buddy. Well, he just likes you too. I'm sure he does. So yeah, smash us a like, please. I'd much appreciate it. Cheers, Nigel, for that, my mate. You're a good one. Villa and Tottenham, win keeps a gap of points. Yeah. I mean, like I say, a draw. I'd rather a draw another game if I had to pick, mate. But as long as West Ham lose, I'm not really as bothered about the other game. Hey up, Matty. Let's hope the results go our way. Up, Nigel. How you doing, mate? Matty wishing 4 minute kills because we shouldn't be in this position when Fark said 6 to 8 points in his head. Is it 6 draws or... Yeah, probably, mate. Can you draw your way to safety? I say you can't. My mate Priestley says you can. I mean, you draw every game. We probably are safe, aren't we? But it's not where I want to be. I tell you what, if we draw every game and stay up, Farker's gone in summer. Farker's, I think, coaching, managing now for his job. He's got to... Staying up, I don't think, is the only thing. You know, I think we all hope, and I think a lot of us still expect us to stay up. There'll be some that don't. I think to go down from this position we're even in now, he's West Ham are in here, down left-hand side, crossed, blocked, get rid of it. I think if we're good, if we stay up, but limp of a line, I think Farker will go. I really do. I really, really do. Calgary calling my 8:20 a.m. watching Villa and Spurs match. We need a bit of luck today. I also think we can get a draw for these scum. Yeah, I think we can get a draw, but the likelihood is right now we can't score. And are we going to keep scum out at Old Trafford? I would say not. As of right now, I would say not. I personally think we lose to scum, mate, which puts a lot more importance on these results going our way. I wasn't as fuming yesterday at the game as I were against Sunderland. I think Sunderland were the big issue. I think that was the game I look back at. There's been a few this season, but the Sunderland loss 1-0 at Ellen Road was the one where I look at and think that was appalling, and that's where it's cost us at this point we're in now. Yesterday 0-0 against Brentford, who were pushing for Europe, who were defensively sound and looked very comfortable defensively, played very well off the ball. I think Brentford didn't cause them any problems. 2 clean sheets. It's not the worst result. Boring performance, boring football from both sides. But that's a couple of games back to back. I didn't think I'd seen much worse than what I saw at Palace. And then you have that against Brentford, and it were equally as bad in my opinion. The officiating poor again, not quite as poor, not as many big decisions going against us, but equally as poor from the ref. But yeah, I don't think we'll beat scum, mate, as I am right now. All right, young Theo, all Leeds out we, pal, says Paul. Thank you. Thoughts on James coming on instead of Nonto after Willie had the assist in the return fixture? Duncan, I love Dan James, so I didn't mind it. But I do think Willie Nonto, out of everyone that's been coming on for minutes, hold on, Villa down back, Sancho, sit right inside the box, cross it, go, clear, corner, clear there, that was classed out by Mavropanos, whatever it's called, cleared out for the corner, almost to go there for Villa, come on Villa. Good play that, but yeah, I think Willie Nonto, out of all the sub appearances of all these players, has been getting odd minutes here and there. I think he's been the one that's stood out and actually grasped his chance when he's had it. So to not see Willie Nonto at all was disappointing. Again, I don't really understand it. I feel like they've been building Willie Nonto's minutes up and up and up. Not much, but he's been getting more minutes than most off the bench. He's been one of the impact players I've turned to in recent weeks. To then not play him at all, go on. Is strange to them throw Dan James on, but I thought Dan James gave us so much when he came on, mate. Michelle Edwards, I'm a new subscriber here. Love your blogs. You were very funny last night at your way home from the match. Lifelong Leeds fan. We need a good result today after yesterday. Thanks, Michelle. Love that. Thanks so much. Yeah, we have we always try and do that when we go to Ellen Road, me and Priestley. Have a little chinwagon car. It's not the best quality. It's raw. It's in the car. It's dark. You can barely see us, which is probably a good thing, Michelle. I won't lie. But yeah, just raw, honest emotion from two fans. But it weren't the best to watch, I suppose. But just like the match, the one. Oh, Hermanson with a great save. Luca Digne there with a shot from distance. Come on, Villa. Piling pressure on. Couple of good chances for Villa. Some shot. Long throwing came in there from Villa. Headed out. Cleared out. Tell you what, Digne's hit that well. I think we're going wide. Why do keepers do those saves? It was about a metre wide. He just has to tip it down, but fair enough. Wolves. Oh, Richard. There's nowhere else to go with them ones, buddy. Corner. Whoa, cleared out line. Come on, Villa. Hermanson palms it when it's cleared. Wow, piling pressure on here at Villa. Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere else to go with that, Richard. At this point, you can't wish for anything more than 2 wins. Yes, people are saying they're not gimmies and you've got to be respectful. They're a good side. They're the 2 worst sides in the Premier League this season. They're in better form than Leeds. Wolves certainly are. But if at this point we don't think we can beat them, I always say relegate us now. Relegate us now. If you're a Leeds fan who thinks we're not going to beat Wolves, relegate us now. Got to be targeting 6 points there, which, what we can't do, though, Richard, is target in his head now, even as players and Farker think, well, we've got 6 points there. Which all right, because when we get to those 2 games, that's 6 points, because it ain't guaranteed. And can I see us, maybe getting 3 or 4 points? Yeah, I can't envisage just getting 2 or none. I can't see us not winning one of them 2. But could we only win one of them and lose one? Yes, of course we could. Could we win one and draw one? Yes, I don't think 6 is a guarantee. It should be what we target, Richard. But we've got to play a hell of a lot better than we have been doing the last few games. Hell of a lot better. Leeds even had me back on the whistle. Oh, that's not good, Paul. That ain't good, mate. Thanks so much for your super chat, Michelle. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Legend. Watkins will score today. He does. He didn't make this squad, did he? I think James come on for his pace. It's not. Yeah, I mean, Nonto's pace. He's just a different kind of pace, and Nonto's tricky. He's a bit more cute, but I do think he's a better creator. But Dan James is raw, blistering pace in a straight line. Cut back in his left, but Willie Nonto offers a lot more variety. I think there's an argument I'd have had them both on. But we know he's always going to turn to Okafor when fit, because Okafor, big money signing, flair player, attacking, attractive player on the ball when he's in form. Haven't seen Okafor do the sort of stuff consistently that we know he can do, but I do think there's a player there. Yeah, free kick to West Ham, just in their half. Fernandez goes down. Having Goody, Okafor, and James back and Nonto back should create. Yeah, of course it should, Paul. We've got some really attacking players there, and I think we need to find a way now, of getting Okafor, Nonto, Dan James, even Tanaka, which was a surprise seeing him get 25 minutes yesterday. That was a surprise, but we need to see these players given more license now. I don't mind Farker's lineup yesterday. I don't mind his subs. I know some will say they were late, but he started making subs on 67. 6-7. Sorry, mate. I always say that when my son's here. That's all he bloody says. It's 6, whatever it means. I don't know. But he went 67, 68 minutes. He made that first sub. So, yeah, it's late-ish, but it's not as late as it can be with Farker. That's fairly early for Farker, that, to be fair. But, yeah, it was a drab affair. It was nervous. I said on my reaction yesterday and on my vlog, match day vlog, it was a nervous stadium yesterday, and that definitely spilled almost a ball there into Watkins, right into Rodgers. It was a nervous atmosphere, and that spilled onto the pitch. It was a nervous performance from Leeds yesterday. A bit risk averse again. I think we had more attacking players on than we've seen in some games potentially, but we didn't play a nice attacking brand of football. No, we didn't. But we didn't lose the game and we kept a clean sheet. So I'm trying to look at the positives. I ain't going to massively throw shade at Farker there. And for the last 25 minutes, I understand it's a 90-minute game, and I've seen people say it's 90 minutes, you should play for Leeds. Not. But against a good side, you're going to have spells. You're not going to play on the front foot for 90 minutes against the Brentford side who was sat 7th before we kicked the ball yesterday. You're not going to have the lion's share of possession in games like that. You're not going to have every single thing you want to go your way, pan out your way against a side like Brentford. So I was happy that we kept them, at arm's length. That's them and Palace, who both have, strike players, and we've kept them at bay in both games. We just need to find a way now of being solid in defence, which we are currently, but also being able to attack. We need to find that balance because at one point in the season we were scoring goals for fun, yet we weren't keeping clean sheets. And what meant we weren't picking up points, we were getting late draws, conceding late goals. We need to find a way now of doing what we're doing, giving ourselves the best opportunity to win, which is what you do when you've got a 0 against your opposition's name, but also finding a way to score 1 or 2 goals because we've got it in us. We've seen it. And it's frustrating now. We can't get both leads. We can't score a couple of goals and keep a clean sheet. That ain't in our arsenal, unfortunately. Even the games this season we've played, we scored 3 or 4. We've conceded in those games. We can't have a shutout and go win the game ourselves. Really, really annoying because I think we're good enough to do that. Hi all. Hey up, Rich. Farkas hell-bent on scoring from... Yeah, no, he is Sly. He's hell-bent on trying to keep a clean sheet, and then the only way we score is from a set piece. That's how it looks. It does. In the last 20 minutes, he'll throw a few attacking bodies on and then we'll go for it. But we know with the lineup, there's not much creative spark there. There isn't much. You're relying on getting down the flanks and crosses into the box, which is all the last 20 minutes were, really. Someone like a Nonto could come on and create, potentially. But he brought Okafor on, he brought James on, he brought Tanaka on. So, in all fairness, Nonto, like I've seen loads, but Nonto. Usually, it's Nonto, James and Tanaka. Do you know what I mean? Usually, it's why he brought them 3 on. He brought on 2 of them yesterday, plus Okafor. So, Villa pull it back. Go on. Oh, lucky. Didn't you have a ball in there? But do you get what I mean? Like, usually, these 3 or 4 players we've been owning hasn't come on the pitch. Yeah, everyone's saying, why didn't Nonto come on? But he did bring on others. So, there were enough firepower in the last 20. Was that long enough? Probably not. But were we all happy to see Metcher and Calvert-Lewin on the team sheet? I think we were. Do I now want to see a Nonto or an Okafor or a Dan James maybe start? I do. And that might be in the place of Metcher. Although, in my opinion, this might sound a bit daft or crazy to some. In my opinion, I'd rather see Metcher start over Calvert-Lewin now, currently. I would. And I know you don't get up pitches much, but the way we're playing, we're not always going direct to Calvert-Lewin. It's not something we're doing, all the time. We do vary up, we do pass out from the back, and I think, he gets in behind us, Metcher, he gets down the flanks. I don't mind it. I'd love to see, a 3-4-3, maybe Metcher in middle, and maybe go with Okafor on left and either James or Nonto on that right-hand side. And I think all of a sudden that gives you so much more of an attacking threat. Free kick here to Villa, left of the penalty box. Going to be a cross. Dangerous position, this. Come on, Villa. Who's over it? Plays it edge of box. Oh, nice play. McGinn. Oh, Aston Villa. Get in, Villa. Come on. Tell you what. That's how you take a set piece, John McGinn. Well done. Great football, that by Villa. Superb goal. Getting just what I wanted. 14 minutes in. Man, that was a beauty goal. Beauty goal. Don't like John McGinn. This is probably the most I've ever liked him. Brilliant. Go get another one. Tell you, that's some goal, that. Well worked. Herman said no chance. Straight from training ground, that. Fantastic goal. Absolute shithouse. Can't stand you for your tackle you did on bloody Archie Gray a couple of years ago in pre-season. That's an absolutely superb set piece. What a finish. Get in. Just what we needed. Pinpoint accuracy. Whips it in from edge of area. Left foot. John McGinn, first time. Beautiful goal. Fantastic goal. Get in. It's all about points now. Ball in football. No, yeah, it is. It is. Get in. Forest's last 4 games include Chelsea, Scum, Newcastle. Potentially, Paul, I think they've got the toughest run. Come on, though. We'll take that. Let me get my banner changed. Has all happened in Spurs game, anyone? Or is it still the same as it was? Up the Villa. Get up there. John McGinn. Boom. Come on. Smash me a like, guys. Villa are winning 1-0. 103 people in the building. 30-odd likes. Smash me a like if you don't mind. And subscribe if you are new here. Thanking you very much. Get in. Come on. Buzzing with that. Absolutely buzzing with that. Don't get me wrong, West Ham have just had a chance as well. Castellanos of an header just goes wide. We take that. Get my banner on. There we go. Get in. Cheers, Rose. Thank you. Spurs 0. Forest 0 still currently. We will take that. Get up there. Newcastle is winnable. Chelsea depends what team turns up. If we don't play DCL to DCL strength, then he may. That's how I feel. Full title Leeds. I literally feel like if he isn't gonna play the way DCL needs to be played, as in that middle section of the season when we're going direct and we're having bodies in and around him, which he keeps playing Merchant. Well, Merchant again as I go yesterday, and you're thinking, oh, sound, and you find him having to drift left. I do think that were a symptom of not having Gabby, though. I don't think he was told go hug that touchline. And if you look in a lot of phases, he was tight to DCL, but he drifted out wide quite a lot. Watkins on right hand side here, chipped in. Oh, it's gone over everyone. Go on, Dinya. Barkley. A Jerry shoot. It's it blocked and cleared by West Ham. Yeah, Villa 1-0. Come on. Metro's a shooter hard and low. Love that. Yeah, he does. He's got a really good shot on him, mate. Get in. Kyle Reese. Hey, up my was shite yesterday, pal. Went to get. Yeah, I was there too, buddy, as you know. Very frustrating. If I'm honest, though, I don't know it's because it was a home game. There's more. It wasn't. I don't think it was as bad as Palace, in my opinion. But I know Palace, we had a man sent off and we were away from home. So you sort of retreat a little bit on that and you go, well, away from home, London, man sent off. Battling performance, you take a point all day long in that scenario, don't you? Yesterday were poor, but I don't think it was as poor as Sunderland either. I mean, we lost against Sunderland 1-0. It was better than Sunderland for me. We didn't have any clear-cut chances, though. Kept in. Hermansen comes out and collects it. We didn't have any clear-cut chances, really. It were all, pumped into the box and a lot of sideways passing. Darlow seeing a lot of ball again, which I didn't like. But the tempo wasn't there for me. It was highly emotional first half with a Chris and Kev. Minutes applause and the 26-minute turnaround. So it was highly emotional first half. I don't think the fans really got going in terms of what were happening on the pitch either, and I think that filtered onto players as well. But we need to find a way to score goals. Simple as. Looks like we've sorted his defence out. Brilliant. Now find a way to score goals because we can't stay in the division not scoring goals for me. We can't, and that's what. 5 games in a row without scoring from open play. The last goal was scored. Well, that wonderful free kick by Stack away at Villa. How long ago does that feel now? Mental. Absolutely mental. West Ham in effect 5 points behind us. Love that. Is that with the goal difference? It was a great goal, that. Do you think he will put Gruev in for Scott? Yeah, I do. 100%. 100%, yeah. If you're wanting an attacking lineup for Scum, I think you're all going to be disappointed when that lineup comes out. Genuinely think. What I think you'll find is, then again, he'd have to drop Aronson. I could see Okafor starting against Scum next to DCL, which has worked at times. But then again, is Aronson going to play in the midfield three? I'm not too sure. I think Gruev I would pick Longstaff for Scum away, personally. Experience, can do both sides of that midfield well enough. And he's a bit more of an attacking player than a Gruev. So I would have Longstaff in for Scum away, 100% with that experience as well. Spurs on top. See, I think we're all... Oh, ball in. Oh, just wide. Should have been 2. Oh, Nana. Should have been 2. Spurs just hit the bar, says Mike. See, I'm a bit indifferent about the Spurs game. I don't know what I want to happen in Spurs game. I won't lie. Matty, I think fatigue is setting in. They look tired. Yeah, Chris, but they shouldn't do. We all play the same amount of games, but problem is, Farker's probably overplayed some of our players, hasn't he, Chris? You've got people like DCL probably playing the most minutes in games he's played in a few seasons. You've got Aronson who gets flogged all the time. Aronson plays every game. He doesn't like change. So there's a lot of players in our side. Ampadu plays every minute of every game, which he should do, really. Stack, same. There's a lot of players in there that haven't been rotated to their full potential. And we've seen that with Farker. We saw it the first season under Farker with Somerville. Flogged him when there were games where they should have played Jadon Anthony. I always say it. Preston on a Tuesday night when you've just played Saturday and you're playing Saturday again, you can rest Somerville for that. We've seen it so many times. So many times. And, we've seen it again this season. You just hope it pays off. Go on, Villa. Villa are playing really well. He's on. Watkins into Dinya. In box. Crosses it. Villa are all over West Ham. Playing really well at Villa. Get there, Luca. Bowen does well. Comes back. Goal kick West Ham. Yeah, Paul. Villa look very good. The biggest issue is Farker's insist playing his favourites. Why have 3 wingers on the bench yesterday and use a forward out there? Yeah, no, I get that, Mark. But if I'm honest, Mark, maybe you feel differently. But I just don't think many people were happy to see Metcha starting yesterday. I don't believe that to be a thing. I think when everyone looked at the lineup yesterday, we were all expecting, or a lot of us were expecting, because it didn't work against Palace for a lot more reasons than it just didn't work. I think we were all expecting Gruevin and Aronson just to sign a DCL. I would presume more than 50% of fans were expecting that lineup. So when I saw Metcha, I was best pleased with that. I really was. Watkins, oh my word. How far away was that? Watkins cuts in from left. Might have been way wide that, but it looked like a good effort. Honestly, they're getting in behind all the time. West Ham are struggling defensively to cope with West Ham. They're just piling forward. This is what you want from a Leeds United side. I think sometimes what we've got to remember is, and I'll use the term again, newly promoted. People won't like that. We got promoted months ago, but we still, side the first year up. Hopefully, not the last. But it's difficult to play against established Premier League sides. Even at Ella Road and have your foot on the throat for the full 90 minutes. There's going to be momentum swings in games. There's going to be moments where you're clinging on, 10, 15-minute periods where you haven't touched ball really. And that we're seeing that, and just because we're at home doesn't mean we should be able to boss a Brentford side for me. Like we had moments yesterday where you could feel the energy in the stadium in that second half, up the ante, the players up the ante, we were getting the ball forward, we were all flooding forward, but they just weren't on, there were no creativity in there, and there were no, it wasn't even a case of cutting edge, no one had no chances really, it was the creativity were lacking. But I still think the effort's there. And Farke's going to get blamed when, ultimately when we don't get the result. Farke will get blamed if we go down. For me, if we go down, it's fully on Farke, 100%. I just feel like coming out of the stadium yesterday, I've been a lot more annoyed than I were yesterday. Sunderland being the prime example, fuming at Sunderland, fuming with that, because that was on Farke for me. And the refereeing as well, but the lineup were on Farke. Because I didn't mind the lineup, Mark, I were all right with that. I do think, though, you've seen enough now from Okafor, James and Nonto to suggest one of them, if not both, two of the three, should be forcing the way into starting for Leeds. For me, they're all making an impact. Dan James has made an impact every time he's come onto pitch. Willing Nonto as of recent time, and we all know Okafor. Farke likes Okafor, and Okafor's been brilliant at times this season. Filler in again here, pull it back. Go on, finish. Oh, good save by Hermanson. McGinn. Lucadinha, Barkley. Oh, he's lost it. Great save by Hermanson with his legs. Almost 2-0 Villa. Almost 2-0 Villa. Now West Ham are attacking. Oh, my word, I thought that one in then. If we stay up, there are a number of players that have to go. Yeah, Brian. But I tell you what, I think there'll be a number of players wanting to go, but there'll also be some of them players that are wanting to go. We'll also be thinking, let's just see if they change the manager first. Because I genuinely think under another manager, Willie Nonto and Tanaka maybe start us in Premier League. Genuinely think that. It's going to be interesting. I don't think Tanaka and Nonto aren't good enough. I just think Tanaka and Nonto aren't Farke players at this level. They just don't rate them at this level. But I think they're good enough. I thought Tanaka looked the best he's looked in a long while. I know we haven't seen him for much time over the last couple of months. But when he's made sub appearances, away at Everton, he's made a few, even in cup games against lower league opposition, he hasn't looked as good as he looked yesterday. I thought Tanaka really added something yesterday. And seeing him have a shot from outside the box, little bits like that, it didn't cause much problem to Brentford, but it was nice to see somebody having a go from outside the box. It was nice to see him wanting the ball, really worrying in it. Not just I want the ball as a Gruev or an Ampadu who's quite happy to get the ball and recycle it and pass it sideways. And it was nice to see someone who wanted the ball and his first thought was forward ball. I thought he really brought a really good energy yesterday to Tanaka. Getting increasingly annoyed at the amount of backwards passes. Yeah. You have to Darlow. It's literally sideways, back to Darlow, pump it long. Sideways, back to Darlow, pump it long. If DCL can't do what he's paid to do, then why don't we give Pirro a chance? I think it's always going to come down to Pirro can't ball up, skip. No matter what anybody wants to. Go on. Oh, good tackle that back. Go on. It's got to be a goal. Rodgers. Oh, my God, what a block. Skied over by McGinn. Villa should be free up. Are they wanting a penalty here? Is it a penalty? I think it might be a penalty, Villa pen. Villa have got a penalty. Mavropanos comes across. I thought on first take of that, he'd done a great tackle. Slide tackle, I need to see that again. I thought he won the ball, but might got a VAR this. So Watkins, he's got Mavropanos all over his back, all over him, but he's out well outside the box. Watkins goes straight past him. Oh, he's won the ball. There's Mavropanos. So for me, it's a free kick from outside the box for shirt pulling and being all over his back. But he wriggles free. I think he wins this ball. When he gets into the box.
No.
Oh, does he? Or does Watkins touch it away?
No.
I think it's going to go to VAR, that.
Penalty.
Yeah, ref's going to screen. I ain't sure that's a pen. I don't know. He's got the ball for me. This will get overturned, this, unfortunately. It should be a free kick, Villa from outside the box for me. But then again, you're allowed to hug. You're allowed to stone cold Steve Austin stunner someone these days, aren't you? As we know with Luke O'Neill and get away with it. But for me, it's a free kick outside the box. He's played advantage. He's got into the box. And Mavropanos has gambled there from the behind him and side on. But he's won the ball superbly. And I think by Watkins' reaction, yeah, no, it's not a penalty. He wins the ball, Theo. He wins the ball, son. Watch. He kicks the ball first. Watch.
No, but it's still going to be penalty.
It doesn't matter if you hit the ball first, son. It doesn't matter. If you hit the ball first, it doesn't matter. And he gets the ball, and then he tackles him. Yeah, it's overturned, is that? No pen. 138 watching. Do me a favour, guys. Smash me a like. We're on 60 likes. Let's get up to 100. It really helps push the channel out to more people. I'd really appreciate that. Clearly plays the ball. Overturned by VAR. The FA, for the FA, I would start, or for the FA Cup, start Tanaka and Buonanotte. Buonanotte's got no chance, Not no chance. Keep hearing people say he's overweight and he's unfit and all this. I don't know. I know he's a water carrier now in training, which is sad. But yeah. Not using Nottingham yesterday was insane. Yeah, Brian, I do think it was what it hard for him to do. But when you look at it, right, he brought on James and he brought on Okafor, he brought on Tanaka. I kind of think Tanaka came on, maybe over Nonto. Will there be a world where he's going to bring Tanaka, Nonto, James, and Okafor on? I don't think so. So he brought, for me, out of the four attacking options, bar Pirro's the fifth. Out of the four, he brought on three, Brian. So for me, Nonto's a preference. Villa attacking here, Rodgers driving at defence. Honestly, they're all over. West Ham cut inside. Go on. Oh, Watkins lost it there. Edge area still to the left. Gets into the box. Do something with Watkins. Do something. Well played. Morgan Rodgers. Takes the deflection. Sanchez going to let him run out for a corner. Corner Villa. Like I say, Nonto's a preference for me. It's not like, as of some games, Brian, we've seen Nonto, James and Tanaka not come on the pitch. So out of the four options he brought three on, I'm a massive Nonto fan. Huge Nonto fan. I think he should be starting week in, week out for Leeds United, though. Let me just caveat that by saying that. I think Nonto should start for Leeds week in, week out. And I think if he'd have started early in the season playing week in, week out, I think he'd have had, 5-6 goals, maybe 4 or 5 assists. I think he's that good. I think he's a better Premier League player than Championship player, in my opinion, which sounds wild. I just think we haven't seen the best of him because he hasn't been allowed to play. He comes on in, 10 minutes a game, 15 minutes a game, if he's lucky, or he's an unused sub. Corner ball, go on. Oh, my God. Mavropanos online, I'm not even lying. How has he stopped that? Mavropanos is having a worldie. What a corner that was. Flicked on near post, goes, but I swear to God, Villa, how are you not 24-0 up in this? Honestly, Rodgers 2 yards out. Flicked on, Rodgers 2 yards out on volley. Keeper's nowhere near. Mavropanos on his Swede, gone. Unbelievable. Thought our defence played really well going yesterday. Our defence played really going yesterday. The attackers are letting us down. Yeah, the defence has been superb. Ampadu and Stack yesterday were quality. Ampadu has been, honestly, our top-rated player in the last 2 games statistically. But I think to the eye test, to a man, Ampadu's been absolutely sensational the last 2 weeks. Afternoon, Matty. Afternoon. Steve Brown, hope you're good, mate. Hi, mate. How are you people today? I hope Liam, hope you're good, mate. I'm all right, thank you. A little bit happier that Villa wouldn't have looked. Let's be fair. Clem says, I like Farke, but if we stay up, we need a manager to take us to the next level. There's a reason Farke's never linked. Yeah, we've said that a lot this season. I'm getting to the position now where, if I'm honest, if you put me on the line and get off the fence, I'm getting splinters in my ass. Right now, I would change Farker in the summer. You know, obviously, I think we stay up. I think he keeps us up. I do. I would change him in the summer. But again, you know, better the devil you know. Grass isn't always greener. All the terminology you want to use for it, we'll have to see. But I don't love Farker. I don't love his tactics. I'm sick of the Fark in, Fark out discussion. Keep us up, and then maybe it's time to move on. We'll see. We'll see. I've never loved Farker. I've never hated him. I've always just sort of thought he's good for what we need right now. And I think he's good enough to keep us up. I think any talk of sacking Farker, even if West Ham want to win this today, I think it's ridiculous right now. The summer is where we talk about it. We all galvanise together. We all stick together as a group and try and get through these next couple of months. And I think you've seen enough from the boys, whether it's in spite of Farker, because of Farker, whatever. I think we've got enough to survive. And then maybe the 49ers move on in the summer. We appreciate these watch-along. Thanks, Brian. Thanks so much. I wasn't going to do one today. Not fair on the missus, really. I really wanted to do one, but I wasn't going to do one. Then the missus has been called into work for 4 hours, so I was like, there's the sign. Jump on and do one. We're the offside. Yeah, we don't get out of the way. Imagine being a Newcastle fan today. Yeah, I'm surprised Mackems went there and won. Digne, nice play that left-hand side by Villa. Pull back, love the cutbacks. Rodgers, good play, Villa. Go on. Onana, blocked. Honestly, they are all over them. Honestly, mental that, mate. Yeah, I know. Unbelievable. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. He played that formation, Michelle, because that's a formation, that's a style we played as in the Championship and we were playing against Championship side. It's a pity that Beal doesn't really work in a back four, because I'm looking at that game yesterday, just play 4-2-3-1 that worked at Championship. Let's just go at teams. But I do think Leeds need to stick with their 3 centre-backs. Go on, Watkins. Get Watkins 1-on-1 with Mavropanos. Good shot. Oh, it's gone wild. I swear to God, I've not seen a more dominant half of football in a long time. West Ham, how they're only a goal behind, it's ridiculous. Poor that by Sangare. McGinn does him. Plays in Watkins. 1-on-1. Mavropanos again. Doesn't dive in. Stands in well. Really good defender. Top draw defender. And he drags his shot wide. He wants a corner. And to be fair, I don't know if he's got one, but it should be a corner. It's a good block by Mavropanos. They're superb there. Yeah, it's corner ball, Villa. What a player he is, by the way, Mavropanos. Yeah, it could be, mate. It could be. West Ham either get thumped here or nick a point. Yeah. The longer it goes on 1-0, mate, I'd back West Ham a bloody nick summer. It'd be typical, wouldn't it? Still gutted we missed that against, but yeah, I know. The pen we didn't get against Sunderland as well that we should have got, you know. The pen we should have had against City. We've had. Oh, come on, Digne, get it in. Crossed in with his right foot, easy for Hermanson. Keeper collects it. If Farker keeps us up, he has exceeded expectations. No one expected that when he arrived at the club. Yeah, I suppose he has. There's still people say he failed first year. It's a failure for any side going down, not getting promoted at first hurdle. For me, it will always be deemed a bit of a failure. But it was what it was with that one. He had a lot to deal with that first season. I got to see my boys play at Wembley. Yeah, it didn't go our way, but when does it ever? Dusted himself off and went again and had an incredible season. And it hasn't been a bad season this season. It's just too many draws have accumulated up, and we're in a position now which we shouldn't be in, really, in terms of how well we've done at points this season and not got the correct amount of points for what the performance deserved. And that's Premier League for you. That is Premier League for you. You've got to maximise the points when they're on offer, and Leeds haven't done that. Corner ball for West Ham, shot from distance by Bowen, deflected out for the corner. You know, when you look at some of the performances this season, we should have took 3 points out of a lot of these draws, and we haven't done it. And we've only got ourselves to blame for that. Got to do better in situations when you're 1-0 up going into 90th minute, when you're 3-2 up away at Newcastle going into 90th minute. Got to do better in those situations. Amps cost us against Sunderland and almost did it yesterday late on with a free kick just outside the box. I think being off it a bit too. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, he did those things full-time Leeds, but I totally disagree that he's been off it of late. And honestly, I'm not a statistician. I'm not arsed with stats, but genuinely, he's been the top-rated player on the pitch for the last 2 games. That's not just Leeds players, that's both players. He's been in, I think, 8.3 yesterday out of 10. Far superior to anybody else on the pitch in either team. He's been outstanding. Yes, he's going to make mistakes. He's not perfect, but he was the only one really for the full game, I think, who were really taking the game by the scruff of the neck. And I thought at Palace, who were brilliant. But yeah, against Sunderland, he gave a penalty away. Again, he didn't want to lose the game. He certainly didn't do it on purpose. But instinctive, I don't know, but he handballed it and we lost the game because of that. And I think maybe that part of that's the reason why he's digging in that little bit extra, because I do think he was giving a little bit more percentile last two than he normally does. And he's normally a top drawer operator for me. But I think the last two games especially, I think he's really stood up Ampadu. And a massive reason why we aren't conceding 2 games for me. But it's about opinions full time, Leeds. Massive, all about opinions, pal. Like I say, I'm not normally into stats, but I'm going to throw that one at you because it's the only one I've got. I think if Farker keeps us up and we shake hands with him and goes, that's what I am like, J-Dog. I'm not going to sit here and go, okay, Zaki, me shit. Zaki, yeah, you've kept us up, but you should have kept us up. Bloody hell. West Ham and Souček, get rid of it. Should have kept us up with Leeds United. What you play? None of that. Just keep us up. Shake your hand. Thank you very much. You've done your job. Let's improve. Because let's be fair, we're all talking about improving players. You know, we need to get him out of door and improve him. Oh, we need a better this. We need goalkeeper. We need a better goalkeeper. It works the same for manager. It works exactly the same for the manager. Of course, it does upgrade. That equals that equals progression. Villa should be more up than one here. Back at their own half, knocking it about. Concert, back to keeper. I watch you that often. Even our lass knows who you are, pal. Famous in Calgary. Football Big Telly and your commentary on YouTube on laptop. Love that, Paul. Thank you so much. See, I think the commentary is quite poor. You know me. I like to go through comments, so I'm not obviously commentating too much on football, but it's on, and we have a chat, don't we, while it's on. But yeah, I appreciate that, Paul. I do. If I'm honest, I think I put more content out there than anybody doing Leeds YouTube. I think I put more content out than most. McGinn out wide to Sancho, so it doesn't surprise me you watch a lot of me, Paul. Surprise me you watch me, but if you like me, then yeah, I put a lot of content out there, if you know what I mean. Sancho wins a throw-in. Into Cash. Come on, you need another goal here. You need another goal. I was frustrated after yesterday's game, but maybe a bit calmer. Well, that's it, Steve. I didn't know how I felt about a 0-0 draw in 1 point. And it's hard to tell how good that point is or how bad that point is before we see today's results. We can all say with a poor performance, I can agree on that. It weren't a great performance at all. Did we play his best? Certainly not. Was it horrendously bad? It was bad. Wasn't as bad as Sunderland because we got a point. Defensively, we were really good. Depends how you look at it. Defensively, it was superb. Is he onside there? That right hand side. West Ham are in here. Castellanos plays it across. Poor ball. Pablo can't get an end of that. He'll run out for the Aston Villa throwing if it wasn't offside. I don't think it was. But yeah, 12 draws this season equates to 4 wins. If we'd had no draws and 11 wins, would fans be happier? If it's the same amount of points, then I'm not sure. Steve, hope you're well, Matty. I was there last night. Was just me. That thought we were nervous and passed on to the team. Again, passing sideways and backwards. Yeah, I think so. I think the nerves in the stadium. Let's be fair, for an 8 o'clock kickoff, Steve, you were there. It was weirdly quiet. The atmosphere weren't. I mean, I don't even think I heard Brentford fans once either. It was really bizarre. You know, there were no away fans sort of giving it, but it was definitely a nervous atmosphere. And for me, it must have spilled onto the pitch. I don't think we've had much nervous energy with the players really this season. Yeah, you know, the loss at Forest and City were the turning point away from home where we dropped into relegation zone sort of around that time, haven't we? And we needed to sort of have to change, and it did for the better. But there were still so many games left in the season. I think now it's crunch time, and we've got some massive 6-pointers coming up, which I felt sick as a dog all day yesterday. And speaking to people in and around me at stadium, a lot of people felt sick. It felt massive last night, and I said it was a must-win. And I'm going to say that every week because at some point we need to win our own games. But if we don't win and we draw and results go our way, we go again. We go again, don't we? You know, it's one of them. I think the Newcastle game scared Farker as he was winning until the 88th minute and added to it at time. Yeah. So it went from 3-2 to 4-3, didn't it, in space of 4 minutes. Agree that Ampadu has been off it, including his passing. I think it's time to change the middle. Stack and Tanaka pairing. Sly. Honestly, Ampadu not in that side would be cataclysmic for our side. We'd be, honestly, without Amper in middle, we'd be knackered. We don't need to wear that, mate, today. We don't need to wear that. Leeds are falling apart, bless him. I wouldn't just write off the Scum game. Our best performance I've come against. Yeah, but on logic, Kershaw, of course that can happen. And how many times have we seen teams who are, I don't know, not as good as us, lower league than us, whatever, bite us in the arse and rise for a game that maybe we aren't as bothered for? That happens. And Scum aren't going to be as bothered about Leeds coming to town as what we are going to Scum. And I know they sing about us every week. I know they don't like us as well. But it ain't as much as Leeds. And they're going for Champions League and all that. I get all that, right? Some said they're going for title. But, like, based on where we are right now, go on. Cash it box, left foot cross. Based on where we are right now, Kershaw, there's no logic other than, yeah, but it happens, though, doesn't it, these surprises? Do you get what I mean? There's no logic to suggest we go to Scum and get anything. As of right now, it's more nailed on that we get beat than going to Scum and winning. But course it could happen. But it's unlikely at the minute. Dino on left-hand side crosses it into nobody. Diouf chests it back to keeper. Hermanson will boot it downfield. Perfect results as we stand. John Shaw, can we please fast forward an hour, please? A friend of mine has told me a few minutes ago, Eddie gets sacked within 24 hours. Eddie, what am I missing? Eddie. Who's that? Oh, Eddie Howe. Upgrades don't necessarily... Oh, White Peacock Andy. Of course they don't. But you've got to upgrade or you stay stagnant and you go stale. Nothing's guaranteed in life, is it? You know, get rid of your manager, bring someone new. We don't know, do we? But at some point you've got to. You know, you've got to. You can't just stay sat on your sofa looking at the same wallpaper for 10 years. At some point you're going to want to change, aren't you? Is it free kick? No. Play on. What a free kick at area then. Good run by Rodgers. At some point, you've got to revamp. You've got to reinvent. Otherwise, it goes stagnant. We know that. We know that when we went up with Bielsa, with players. There will be, honestly, in my opinion, there will be a right overhaul this summer, in my opinion. I honestly think, I do think there'll be a managerial change. I do think it. I wouldn't be shocked at all if that happens. And I honestly think there'll be 4 or 5 go. I think there might be 1 or 2 people we don't want to go because the money's too much to turn around. And I reckon there'll be another haul of, hopefully not bloody 10 players, but who knows? Maybe 5, 6, 7 new players in, 5, 6, 7 out. And maybe a new manager in the middle of that as well. With a tour of America, a game in Ireland. It's going to be a busy summer. It's going to be a very, very busy summer in and around the World Cup, which probably makes it harder to do deals. A lot of our deals might get pushed towards back end of window, but we may sell first. We might have players who we want to get out of the club first to know where we stand with squad, money and stuff like that. And it may be we've got to wait on transfers because of the World Cup. Oh, cut back there, cleared by West Ham. This is the biggest 1-0 pasting I've ever seen. If Eddie Howe gets sacked, we should go for him. Well, Gary, if Farker were to lose his job in summer, there'd be Eddie Howe, there'd be Postecoglou, and there'd be Thomas Frank, who would be in the running in terms of the bookies and on social media. You see their names because the Premier League managers that have been there and done it recently be sacked. So anyone who's out of a job will be touted. Again, I'm not going to sit here and go, I want him. What I will say out of those 3, I like Eddie Howe. I always have liked Eddie Howe. I don't think I do think at some point he'll be England manager. I think he's that good. I think he's done well at Newcastle. At some point, that we're always going to go, just over. That we're always going to go stale as well. They've got Saudi back in. I do think at some point Eddie Howe's a bit too much of a humble, guy to sort of be top of a club run by Saudis. I just don't think it's a fit. I think he's done really well. They'll now go for somebody bigger than Eddie Howe who maybe comes in and pushes them on again. I don't know. But if Eddie Howe gets sacked, which after that result today, it could happen because it hasn't been the season they all wanted. And they got hammered, obviously, in Champions League, which I weren't surprised about. But it's a massively humbling consonant over, doesn't it? Humbling experience to get hammered by that margin. It's been a poor week for the Mags. If he gets sacked, it'd be towards the top end of my list for sure. Be right at the top of my list for sure. Your content comes from the heart. I am the same. Very passionate for LUFC and an addict. One love Leeds United. Cheers, Paul. Thanks, man. I am an addict. I am absolutely obsessed with Leeds United. Like, obsessed. Gets me in trouble with missus because I'm just always thinking about Leeds United. And because I do content on Leeds United and football now, it's just, magnified by 10. It's just massive. I absolutely bleed my club. And so does my boy. Well, one of my boys anyway. Where's the Fulham manager going? I like Fark, but the Fulham guys are upgrade. Oh, the Fulham Silva, Marco Silva, great player, great manager, sir. What did you think of the ref last night? Bad, Logan, but not as bad as we've seen. Wasn't as bad as Palace, wasn't as bad as Sunderland, wasn't as bad as City, but he were right up there. Again, there were no decisions, I don't think, that determined the outcome of the game like we've had recently. If the ref would have been better at City, Sunderland and Palace, I think we get at least 2-3 more points out of those games. I don't think it dictated the outcome of the game. But he were poor. He's a referee in Premier League. Of course he were poor, Logan. Of course he were poor. Standard. Hi, Joe. He says he's come and gone. It's just part of the game now. It's just part of the game. All obsessed with passing out and around from the back when most defenders are cloggers. Get James and DCL chasing and closing down. Just need more intensity. The way the game's gone now, we've followed suit. The game in general in the Premier League, Paul, I'm not enjoying the football at all by anybody at the minute. It's all set piece dominated. It's all long throws, taking an age to put the ball in. We do it a lot with that. The ball's in play for 60 minutes out of 90. It's poor. Yeah, I could see that happening, though. I could see that happening. Exactly, Logan. Yeah, mate. Yep. Scum will be up for us chasing. We'll be up for Paul will be up for it. We'll be up for it. But like I say, the likelihood is there is always a chance, but there's always a likely outcome as well. There is. And I could easily see us going to Scum and losing that game and losing it well, to be fair. But the way we're playing right now, you go to Scum and you don't create, you best believe you ain't winning the game, and you're probably going to lose as well. Yeah, of course he is. Are you joking me? Forest have 1-0 up. Wow. I mean, I don't know how I feel about the Forest game. Let's get that on. Let's have a look. I really don't know how I feel about the Forest game. What I will say is if Forest beat them today, it's looking very bleak for Spurs, isn't it? Afternoon, Mike. Cheers for that, Mike, as well, pal. I appreciate that, buddy. Hey up, Jeff. Good to see your boy doing well in football. Hopefully one for the future. Yeah, he loves it, mate. He played today for LS27. He plays for 2 teams, so he played for LS27 today. They won 9-4, and he scored the second to last goal, so he got a goal today. It's a bit better. It's a better standard. Is the team he plays for on a Sunday. On a Saturday, it's still still grassroots. He plays with it's basically all his schoolmates in a team for Alton Bywater. And they don't win very often, so they won yesterday, which were great. But yeah, he scored 4 goals yesterday. He's been there a while, so his feet are under the table. He's a bit more confident. He has a bit of a swag about him when he plays on a Saturday. Jeff, on a Sunday, he's only just joined this team. He's only played 6 or 7 games. He's not sure of himself. So it's taken him a little bit longer on a Sunday to get going. But scored a goal today, played a lot better in the last 2 quarters of the game, and ended the game strong. But yeah, it's a weekend of football with boys. Saturday, Sunday. Watched my boy twice. Been to see Leeds United. It's been a good weekend. Start work at 4:30 in the morning though tomorrow at Pinderfields Hospital. Wakey. 4:30, I've got to be there. Nightmare. Yeah, so Forest are 1-0 up at half-time. How do you feel about that then? Things going from bad to worse for Spurs. I've always said if you can keep Spurs down, it's the most toxic environment, I think, of any of the clubs down there. I'm not sure how I feel. I mean, I think in terms of it being a draw, which is what we probably all want, I would back Spurs to nick a goal in that game rather than it being Spurs being 1-up. Can Forest come back? I could see that being a draw now even more with Spurs conceding first. But I'm not too sure who I want to win that. I do think there's something in it. Spurs losing is probably better because they haven't won a game in the Premier League all season. All year in 2026. Beating Atletico was a bit of a weird one because Atletico sort of knew they were already through. Although they played a strong side, we're probably through anyway. If they were to win today, I could see Spurs going to the next level and picking up more wins because that'd be 3 games without a loss. Build so much momentum from that. But yeah, Crazy if Spurs lose today. Crazy. I would take Eddie Howe in a heartbeat, mate. I'm desperate for us to at least have our conversation. Yeah, I mean, Eddie Howe would be my choice out of the ones available. Manu would probably go for Eddie Howe. I think Eddie... full-time Leeds, I think Scum are going to go with Carrick, if I'm honest. I don't think you can't when he's doing as well as he's doing. Howe does not like it up north. He won't be coming to Leeds. He just won't, says Paul. Spurs are crashing. Get you what I'm saying. I think we draw against Scum, and plus last 2 times was draws. Yeah, again though, Richard, last 2 times mean nothing now, Rich. You know what I mean? Last 2 times mean nothing now for me. Mean absolutely nothing. Yeah, I don't see relevance in that. You know, I know we went there with Skabala. We come up with a decent performance. We went 2-0 up, didn't we? And then drew 2-2. I just aren't going to lean into that. I've got to look at the here and now. Really have, you know. I'm just not too sure. At the minute, I'm confident we'll go to Scum and win or get a point. I'm not right now. I would tip us to lose that game right now against Scum. And that pains me to say it, but it is Scum. And it's not the Scum of 3-4 months ago, unfortunately, because I thought we'd hammer them. I thought we were going to beat them at Ellen Road. And I thought we should have beaten them at Ellen Road. I thought we, honestly, 1-1 draw. I couldn't believe we drew that game. I think we should have, when we went 1-0 up, we should have won that game. If it weren't for a dodgy-ish goalkeeping moment, I think we'd have won that game. But now they're a different side. Whatever league we end up in next season, I think the 49ers will change. Yeah, I mean, Nige, anyone saying if we go down, keep Farker, I think it's a bit of a madness, that, because I get he's a really good championship manager, but I think it's toxic at that point. If we get relegated, not one fan, or not many fans, will want Farker in charge. No way. No way. Villa half-time. You waving? Say hi, everyone. Notice teams are now taking tactical breaks. Yeah, Gary, it's honestly, we're infuriating from the stands yesterday. You literally saw Dan James and Tanaka come on, Okafor and Tanaka come on, and instantly, no one around him, he went down to Kelleher. And then, because let's be fair, it was a tactical change by Leeds United. Attacking players coming on, a shape probably changing as well. And they had to pause the game to get a message across of how to counteract that. And I hate that in the game. Hate it. I absolutely hate it. It's creeping into the game, though. Not sure about it. Oh, is it? Cool. Get the long ball from keeper, put them under pressure, make them make a mistake, says Stuart. Patrick, hey up, Patrick. To be honest, I don't rate Ampadu at all as a captain. I see nothing on the pitch that inspire his teammates. Look at other team captains. It's nothing compared to him. Honestly, Patrick, it's all about opinions, mate. But I fully, 100%, hand on heart, disagree with everything you've put there, mate. I think Ampadu's an unbelievable player for us. I think he's a £40 million player now. Genuinely think he's a £40 million player now. And I think if you take Ampadu out of that side, we lose every game. Honestly, hand on heart, I think you take Ampadu out of that team, we'll lose. Burnley will beat us. Wolves will probably beat us. Ampadu in the middle of that park is so vital to Leeds United. Ampadu, do. Do. Yellow, white, and blue. Ampadu, do. Blazing yellow, white, and blue. Ampadu, do. He hits Scum like me and you. To the left, to the right. Break your legs in two. Ampadu, do. Blazing yellow, white, and blue. Oh, I've got him going now. That'll do.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do, Ampadu? Championship is more entertaining. I just don't want to go back. I'm saying, David. I'm saying, mate. Spurs better team, but not testing keeper. Forest 1 chance, 1 goal. Spurs very unlucky to be behind, to be honest. Yeah, you said that, Duncan. I think we can see many of our players feeling the pressure. Only now, Skip, does it feel like that. Only now does it feel a pressure cooker. I think it's the first time it's come about. Sorry, guys. You know me, mate. I'm never too far away from one of my kids chewing my ear off. 5 weeks ago, I was saying Spuds were right in the mire. They don't have the stomach for a battle. Again, I've said that too, Steve. But if they win today, that changes. But another 1-0 down. But if they want to win today, I'd say that maybe it's the momentum swung in their favour. That's why them losing today isn't maybe a bad thing. Scum are at the worst when they're dealing with off the pitch. Controversy. Did you hear that Casemiro fancies couches and not just for? No, I've not seen all about Casemiro. Spurs will go for how you heard it, Paul. I could see that. I could see that. I'm getting to think our best chance of survival is teams around us losing or not playing. Yeah, Jeff. Yes, that's the thing too. Pal. It might just be a case if the others are worse than us. We may not get ourselves out of it. We may just stay up because the others are worse than us. That is a thing. Patrick, let's do a poll, Matty. Team captain, who would Leeds fans think is best? Ampadu versus different players, though, Patrick. Different players, mate. As a captain, Jared Bowen's the best footballer at the club. And he's like Mr. West Ham in here. But if I'm honest, I think you've got a different way. You've got Jared Bowen, who's a flair player, attacking player, who can win games through his brilliance. I think his leadership skills and all that, I mean, I can't really comment on because I'm a West Ham fan. I don't hear the interviews. I don't watch the stuff behind the scenes. But I think as, I don't know, an empowerer of men, someone who can, I don't know, there's a different way of captain. I think Ampadu's brilliant captain for Leeds United. I think he's a great captain. I think he leads by example. He's tough. He embodies what it is to be a Leeds United player for me. You know, you see him diving into tackles and I don't know, mate, but I can't compare them two. I know as a captain's different to a player, but I think they're different. I think Jared Bowen's a bit of a quiet, silent leader. I may be wrong with that. You know, the way he plays, he just plays the game and he leads by example in that, but he's the best footballer at the club. Ampadu's not the best footballer at Leeds United, but in that role, he's superb. And honestly, all I'll say, Patrick, is whenever Ampadu doesn't play, and the proof's been in the pudding, look at the Championship, we don't pick up points. We can't win games when Ampadu's not in there. Sometimes with Ampadu, you value him more when he's not there and you realise what you have. Ampadu is an unbelievable player for Leeds United. I genuinely believe that. We didn't lose. We lost against Sunderland because of an handball that he gave away. But that can happen. That can happen. He hasn't purposely tried to save it on the line, has he? You know, he hasn't done a Bernardo Silva. It's just happened. It's just an instinctive movement of his arm. He hadn't done that to gain any advantage. It's just happened. But I think you've seen more of Ampadu this season in a good light than a bad light. Congrats to your young and Matty and his football exploits. The next Messi, but for Leeds. He loves it. He's laughing his head off here. Cheers for that, Michael. Appreciate that. Max, we get for Ampadu 2025. I disagree, Jamie, but it's subjective. It's opinions. And 25 million on a £7 million signing would prove great business by Leeds United. But I think 25 million is way below what we'll get for him. Way below what we'll get for him. Then again, I don't think we'll sell him. I don't think, hopefully no one comes in for him. But I think it's definitely into 30s. What's your thoughts on the scores at the moment for us? James, well, obviously West Ham losing is the big one. The Spurs Forest one, I'm indifferent about. I'm not too sure what's better for Leeds in terms of, how that result goes. I'm really not. Maybe it's better that Forest win. Forest win, keep Tottenham down there. Forest have still got to play in Europe and they're still in Europe, another double legger coming there. So maybe that may give them 3 points now, but they'll struggle next few. But you're still keeping Spurs down. I'm not too sure. If I'm honest, I can see Spurs scoring in that game. Everyone's telling me that they're playing well. They've hit bar twice. They're a goal down. Maybe that, that'll give us a draw we probably all want, if we're honest, by them being 1 down now. We play Wolves, Burnley and Spurs. 4 points will do. Yeah, I agree. 4 points will probably be okay from that. What we're on now, 33. 4 points gets 37. I do think we'll get some more points outside them 3 as well. So I think we hit 40 points, guys. I think we hit 40 points. I really do. Ampadu is growing as a leader and a captain and learning, says Paul. Rodon was good and physical yesterday and motivated as always. We need more outlets and pace. Yeah, I agree. Outlets and pace, what we need. And guess what? We've got them. You just seen them too late in the game. But I think Ampadu's class. I really, really do. Matt, the amount of dishonesty in the Premier League is what disgusts me. No wonder the rest struggle so much with all the cheating. Yeah, the officiating's poor, the dishonesty, the dark. We call them dark arts, don't we? But I think it's just becoming more and more apparent. No, it's just damn right cheating, bending of the rules. The whole go down as a goalkeeper to have a 2 minutes team talk with you, that needs to be addressed now. It's been so highlighted by the media. The fact that it's happened at Leeds United, we know what it's like with Leeds. Everything's more highlighted when it's Leeds United. There has to be a rule come in there to stop people doing that. Maybe your captain's got to go off. Maybe your captain's got to go off for 10 minutes, like it would when you've got a player go down with a head knock. They've got to. We saw it with Yacobiel. We saw Yacobiel yesterday go off and wasn't allowed back on for one of their attacks. He had to stay off for however long until the next phase of play. And, that could have cost us a goal. You need to do that with a goalkeeper. Obviously, the keeper can't go off, but maybe you send an outfield player off. It was always a 3-year plan of staying up, building the team and starting work on the stadium. It will take time to keep improving the squad. Yeah, it will. You've just got to do it year by year in, year out. You have. And I think we made a really good start last summer. I really do. With what we've got now. I don't want to see 10. I don't want to see quantity. I want to see some quality additions. I want to see 3 or 4 coming who are upgrades. I want to see, if a new manager comes in, I want to see some of these players that haven't played this season. I don't want to sell Nonto. I don't want to lose Tanaka. I don't mind Pino going out. There's a few that might have to move on. Like I say, there might be a few shocks in there we don't want to lose. Who's to say? Who's to say an offer don't come in for Anton Stack for 45 million in Leeds? Look at it. Who knows what's going to happen? But I feel like we've built a good squad already. I think it's a good enough squad for your first year back in the Premier League. There's question marks on the manager. There's question marks on a few of the players. Of course there is. But if we stay up, it's been a decent-ish season. If we stay up, it's been a decent year. It's been a top year. If we stay up, let's be honest, it's been a great year. Stay in the division, FA Cup quarter-final, brilliant year. Regardless if we finish 15th or 17th, to stay up is brilliant. That's really good, mate. But we need to do the job. The job ain't finished. We need to stay in this division. We cannot go back down to the Championship. I definitely think that fine that we had the other day has killed Leeds with performances. I don't think it's all to do with fine, Liam. It's negative press. We could do without the financial burden of 500 grand. It's a lot of money for bloody fines that could be avoided. But there's a lot of, cheating and a lot of time wasting going on in games from people. Why aren't they getting punished? Best result for Leeds is a Forest win. Lloyd, maybe. No, I didn't, mate. No, I didn't, pal. Just doing one at a time, pal. Just flicking between. Couple of subs for Spurs coming on here. I'm going to go back to the West Ham game because that's more important in my eyes. Mate, Leeds aren't playing, mate. You don't realise that. Leeds aren't playing, pal. It's not Leeds, mate. Come on, Rhinos. Rhinos are playing. We're not watching Rhinos, mate.
Rhinos are playing today.
I know they are. They're on now, but we're not watching it. Watching football. Funny. Come on, Rhinos.
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe.
You want to say like and subscribe to Imagine Not Being Leeds? Tell them all.
Like and subscribe to my channel. And Imagine Not Being Leeds. Like and subscribe to Imagine Not Being Leeds. Die. Loads.
Cheers, my mate.
Loads.
I'm well behind. I always mess up. Always mess up. This isn't the day to sing that song. Please, let's not sing that song because it feels a little bit like we might be, and I'm not in the mood for laughs and jokes. There we go. Cheers for that formula, mate. All this relying on other teams, we need to start winning some bloody games. Of course we do, Jamie. Of course we do. My boys are mad. If Spurs win, they go above us on goal difference. Ah, really, Steve? Don't want that then, do we? Freddie, I don't think Wolves will be a walkover. Some may think it's not a walkover, Freddie, no, but it needs to be a game with target 3 points. Like I keep saying, if we don't think we can beat Wolves, send us down now, mate. Got to be targeting that. Hey up, Clive. What's so frustrating about this season is that it has a lot of positive elements of our first season under Bielsa, but results are closer to second season. Yeah, no, they are. The performances at times have been, not the last few, but the performances this season warrant more points than what we've got, Clive. The performance I've seen this season and how I felt during the season says to me we should be on 40 now, maybe a few more than that. But the proof's in the pudding. We haven't been getting the points. We haven't. And we are where we are now, and it is what it is. I agree with what you say there, 100%. It's had elements where it's felt really, really good. Yet, look at the table. It could end up being really, really bad. I wanted to chin their keeper yesterday. I think it's better if Spurs win. It keeps Forest 4 points back. We only have to finish one. Yeah, but one. Yeah, Punky. Like I say, I don't know how I feel about that game. I do think Spurs will score though, so I think it may be a draw. We have got Walder's nerves, Annie. We really have. Do you think we've got a group that can do that? I hope so. Jason Ellis thought Wayman was the hardest working man on YouTube. Keep on keeping busy, Matty lad. You are loved. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, bloody hell. When he's on, he's busy. I think for someone who does it, who isn't bothered about money, it's not my full-time job. I don't think there's anyone doing it like part-time, just as a hobby, who does it as much as me for sure. And what I will say, Jason, is if YouTube stopped paying people to do content, I don't think there'd be many people still doing it, if I'm honest. I would certainly keep doing it if I didn't earn a penny. I would still be on here doing it because guess what? I love it. I don't do it for money. A lot of people obviously do it because it's a job, etc. Which means if there were no money in it, they probably wouldn't be able to do as much. I would do it regardless. Football can learn a lot. Thanks for that. I learned from rugby, but too self-serving and snobby to do so. We know that, we do, Paul, 100%. Oh, Barkley. See that back again. Barkley wins that ball there, drives that box. Great shot, saved by Hermanson. A bit too close to him, to be fair. Oh, Rafinha. Oh, we're watching all Rafinha's best goals for Leeds with our Theo yesterday. He can't believe he used to play for Leeds. He can't get over it. We need 30 million plus players, and that is it plus Wilson. Yeah, Paul, I mean, I don't think we need vast amounts of players, but I want to see some quality players coming. You're right, Paul. Bring Ramazani back, Lloyd. I'm all over that too. Our Theo's best player. Yeah, cheers, man. It's all done now, and it's all up right. Thank you for that. You've got to remind me of these things because I am pretty pony in life, to be fair. So it's corner for Villa on the right hand side, whipped in, left footed. Yeah, cleared by West Ham. Go on, Cash from distance. Oh, he's hit it quite well. Unlucky. Hits it quite well. I know it's mad, isn't it? Freddie says, someone said next this morning that if a player fakes injury and the manager calls all the players over for an impromptu coaching session, then Leeds players should stand right next to them. Oh, God. 500 grand is not a lot of money. Not to a football club, not to owners, no, but it's a lot of money. 500 grand is a lot of money for a fine. It's like, I don't know however much you earn, but you get a £30 parking fine. It's not a lot of money in grand scheme of things, but you'd rather not pay it. It's a lot of money for nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of money for nothing. Mental in my house. Go on. Sancho, wide. Is that corner? Hermanson catches it, but no, kept in. Steady your kids. I have twin girls, mate. Yeah, well, twin boys, Jonah and Theo. Theo's football mad, so he loves doing these with me. Always wants to do it with me. And Jonah, he's totally opposite. That's well good. He doesn't look like Lamine Yamal though. It looks really good. He's done a drawing look. It's really good. It looks like someone from Pokemon or something. It doesn't look like Lamine Yamal, but it's a good picture. And our Jonah's autistic, so I'm really proud of him that I get to do this because streaming through the day has never been an option. I've only ever been able to stream at night when everyone's in bed. And it's challenging and, it's hard at times with our Jonah. But I'm really proud of him that he's letting me do these through the day without causing, I don't know, mayhem, which he can be at times. So it's nice. He comes down, sits down for 2 minutes, has a little say hello, and then he just comes and goes. But yeah, it's nice I can do it in a minute. I ain't got one, mate. You drank it. Go get. Yeah, of course you can go get one, mate. Rhinos winning 14-2. Lloyd, keep them coming in too, mate. Keep them coming in too. I'm actually doing a rugby league. Oh! Great defending there by Luca Digne at far post. Great cross there by West Ham. Headed out for the corner. West Ham corner out on the right hand side. I'm actually doing, Lloyd, on a podcast tomorrow. My brother has a Leeds Rhinos podcast, and yeah, he wanted me to go on and talk about rugby. So I'm going to have to re-watch the Rhinos game because I really want to do this. I'm obviously more football than rugby, but I'm doing a rugby chat with my mate tomorrow, which is mad. Why are you saying that, Rich? Like they're not winning? Why are you saying that they're not winning? Hi from Tyler, Matty and the boys. Thanks, Trigloo. Up, you good, mate. We safe houses. Totters will go on to win this. But who maybe you're wrong. I can't see us getting anything at Scummers. They're our top team. They are top on 10-game form table. Corner comes in, get rid of it. My fear is also goal difference getting totally wiped out. Yeah, I think it's sort of nonsensical for me at the minute to predict we'd win at Old Trafford. There's no sense to that for me or logic. Can it be done? Of course it can. And, will I back us to win or get a point in the days running up to? Maybe. But right now, I don't see it right now. We have a team of fighters. Spurs have a team of skivers and wins. Yeah, Paul, 100%, mate. We've got a really tight group, I think. Really, really tight group. And I think they all want it. And they're all good enough to stay up. And I think, our place is probably one of the few places this season that have been in the bottom end and not gone toxic. Spurs and West Ham have certainly had the moments. West Ham look to have sort of rode and come through that a little bit. Again, performances are one thing, but results are what changes everything at a football club. And West Ham have turned it round. Spurs are in that moment now where they're trying to turn it round. And if they win today, they'll go a long way to doing that. But as of right now, they're 1-0 down to Forest. So, go on, didn't you? Go on, Barkley. Oh, cleared. What was scored again then? Nonto must look at Okafor and think, am I not better than him? Yeah, Lloyd, similar players. I think he's a bit more explosive, is Okafor. But I do think at the minute it looks like it's one or the other, or it has done all season, to be fair. I like Nonto. I'm surprised Okafor's got more trust to Farker than Nonto has. That does surprise me. I think he gets back a little bit more, does Nonto for me. He defends a little bit better than Okafor. But Okafor he is a top operator when he's on form, when he's on song, but he's inconsistent. He's inconsistent as Okafor. If you had 8, 9 out of 10 performances of Okafor every week, I think he'd be on a lot more than 4 goals and no assists. The fact he's got no assists is criminal, really, for where he plays. DCL having 10 goals, Okafor's played in a lot of those games and he hasn't assisted one of DCL's goals. I think that's criminal. 4 goals isn't bad, but no assists is a poor return for me for Okafor, but he's had some good moments. I think you might hit 7K subs by the end of the season, says Rich. Thank you, Rich. Hopefully I do. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. I've got a target. It'd be nice to... I've never had a target before, by the way. But yeah, I'm really going to try to be in and around 10K by the end of the year, which is still 3,800 off. But yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll say year, I mean calendar year. But there's going to be loads of content. I'm going to do watch-alongs for World Cup games. Loads of content throughout the World Cup. Obviously, transfer rumours for Leeds United. So it'll be a busy summer on here.
And I know something about Messi and Ronaldo.
What?
Next time the World Cup whistle goes, you'll never see Messi and Ronaldo on a World Cup game ever again.
Yeah, this will be like the last World Cup. Yeah. What's happening to our form? Newcastle away, even though we lost, we attack them and we're creating chances regularly. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. The Newcastle away game, Gruev started in that. Aronson played in that. It looked like a negative lineup in that game. West Ham attacking here, Bowen up right hand side, keep him out, cuts onto his left, kills it. Whoa, headed over by Conser. But yeah, the Newcastle game, that looked like a lineup that no one were really happy with going away at Newcastle. We scored 3 goals, attacking football. But you know what it is, Jeff? Games like that frighten Farker. Games like that make him not want to see it. He doesn't like a basketball game. It would entertain him when on the wrong side. But I mean, we're on the wrong side of it. If they won 3-2, we still would have liked it for me because it was a basketball game. We were giving up possession. We were losing the ball. We were getting a lot of transitions, counter attacks. I think he'll have felt very uncomfortable in the Newcastle game because he wasn't in control of any situation, really. It was basketball back and forth. Corner for West Ham, it's over it. Kept in by Souček. Get rid of it. Barkley heads it out. Well done, Cash. So I sort of think, Bowen's in. It's it wide, but it's offside. Or is it a free kick? Callum Wilson on as well, so he's a threat. We don't need Wilson. That shit. I'll tell you what, Steve. You'd have Wilson, surely. The ship might have sailed, like, as in we won't get him, I don't think. But I think you'd have him, surely. Hi, mate. And your son gutted about yesterday up, Adrian. Yeah. Not gutted not as gutted now. Especially we're seeing the results so far. But we have to start winning games of football. I'll tell you what is a bit depressing. Going to Welland Road as much recently and not seeing a score. You know, that's 3 games in a row now. Bar the cup game, which we got 3. Go on, Villa. Go on, Villa. Go on. All the way now, Onana. Going and not seeing a score, going and not seeing us win. It's something we haven't seen for a while. Since we were last in the Premier League, we've had a couple of, seasons and a lot of this season where the optimism going to Welland Road has followed through with some sort of result or performance. And going there against City, 1-0 loss. Going there against Sunderland, 1-0 loss. Going there yesterday, 0-0 draw. Yeah, it's been hard to take. You get excited, you wait all week for that moment. And to not have that release, because I'm massive on mental health. I'm a massive mental health advocate. And when times are tough in life and stuff, football gets you through, doesn't it? It's your escape. To not go there with all that pent-up anxiety you get from your working week and just have that moment of release when we scored a goal and everyone's united. To not have that for free, get a bit deep, I know. Getting a little bit deep. But not having that emotion of scoring a goal really pisses me off when I go to football. So I really just want to be in ground watching my team score again. Just so I get that selfish feeling of euphoria. You know what I mean? Villa are all over the hammers again. Yeah, they are. It is coming. I think so. I can't see Villa winning. I can't see it being 1-0 at end. Nearly 2-0 Forest. Let me know if I'll change it on there, please. Smash a like for Matthew. We're losing 14-6, Rich. Are you joking me? No, mate. Totally different, pal. Totally different. Maguire's out. He is lipping. Maguire is out.
Yeah, because you got a red card, didn't he?
Yeah, Teddy, I should do, shouldn't I? I should do. He does know how to bag himself. 5 goals in 2 games for him. So he only played 15 minutes outfield yesterday because of rotation and stuff. He only played 15 minutes, got 4 goals yesterday. Played about 25 today and got 1, but yeah. Let's see how the likes are going, actually. I've not looked for a while. We don't need any players who can play well on their own. We need to play well as a team. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Clive. I like a Maverick. I do like a Maverick, a game changer, someone who's got that bit of quality. But yeah, they've got to be a team player. Got to be. We've got a lot of them at minute team players. A little bit of quality and spark is missing a little bit. We need someone who can do both. 120 likes, class that. Thank you so much. Would love to get to 150 though. I'm a greedy man. Look at me. I can't walk past fridge without taking some out of there. Or the sweet draw, which is really killing me because I last cleaned out today. And it'll be all in some nice order. Stop talking about sweets. Anyway, smash me a like, please. We're on 224 viewers, which is class. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, let's get to 150 likes. Smash me a like. Please subscribe if you're new here. Here comes Jonah. We have missed Goody and Okafor down that left. Matty Okafor can beat most defenders. He is a game changer, just not consistent. Paul, I agree with all that. You can't lose Gabby Goodmanson and not feel it. We knew we'd feel that yesterday. Hence why Metcha were coming across a lot, which then meant we lost a lot centrally. But Okafor can have a big impact for the rest of the season. He really can. He could be massive for us, Okafor being fit. Afternoon, big dog. How you doing, Boss Nass? Well done yesterday, mate. I've already given you a shout out. I'll give you another shout out. Brilliant yesterday. Great numbers. Thanks to everyone that tuned in and helped Boss Nass along. I know we didn't need it, but class. Absolutely class. Got my split screen watching both games, watching Matty great day. Thanks, Steve, man. Stevie boy, you're class. Can't wait for your World Cup stream. It's going to be class, Freddie. Going to have loads of World Cup streams, double games. Maybe get Boss Nass to do a few in early hours as well for some of the other games. But it won't just be England content. There'll be other content too. Unfortunately, though, which I'm more gutted about with World Cup, that Theo won't get to watch the games because he'll be in bed. The late kickoffs out there. He might get to watch some of the 4 or 6 o'clock games that aren't England. But in terms of England games, it'll be watching highlights with me in the morning. Super White Sweet pushing on, man. How are the Leeds? How are the Leeds? All right.
Lucas.
Yeah, good boy. You're really good at you.
Well, really.
Get you that drink. Careful. Hold on.
More.
Go on, Villa. Go on, Villa. Oh, poor ball there. Rodgers are coming through the middle.
Look more than. Looks more.
A bit, mate. Yeah, it's good. It's good, but a bit.
Come on! At least looks like it.
Chelsea have got to run in every game this season. No, that's a bad start. Wilson was okay to stay up next season. We need better, Matty. You say yourself, improving cost money, otherwise we stand. Yeah, I mean, improving cost money, but I do think, you know, if it's a free signing of Wilson and he comes in from Fulham and replaces any of our wingers, if he replaces Buonanotte as the 10-stroke left-footed right winger that hasn't played him, it's an upgrade on Buonanotte straight up. Is he an upgrade on Okafor, Dan James and Willie Gnonto? As of this season, you'd have to say so. He's been outstanding. His metrics are in another league compared to our players. Whether he can do that again, because what I'll say about Wilson is this season, he's always been a talent. He's had moments, but this season's been poof. It's like he's never seen before. Is it a one-season wonder where it's come out of nowhere, or is it this is his level now and it's just taking him a while to get there? Because he isn't young. What is he, 28, 29? I'd gamble on Wilson, Steve. I'd gamble on Wilson. It's not a financial gamble, that's for sure. It's I think he's a great player. I will take him in a heartbeat. When I lived in Filey, I used to travel over and stay up for the weekend on the pop chill time and love it, even when we lost. Yeah, Paul. Sometimes it's just going there and, you know, the environment and the atmosphere and everything, and just going to a game. You know, some like my mate Danny W, I go to away games with. Win, lose or draw, he's smiling. He away just the fact that he's going to watch the boys play. You know, West Ham attacking on the left hand side. Nice cross. Let it go. Yeah, goal kick West Ham. 14-8 now. I'll check this. I don't know what's going on with that.
Nope. It'll let me down.
Let me just check that rugby score. I am blagged. I am blagged. 14-all. 14-all. Go on, Leeds. Hit the likes, please. Yes, June. Thank you so much. 219 watching. Smashing that like. There's still this idea that Bielsa's approach was the wrong one, but it got worse after he left. Of course it did. Should still be here now, mate. 100%. Love the guy. West Ham are growing into this. I'll tell you what, Paul. If Villa don't get another and West Ham get an equaliser, I'm going to be absolutely distraught because there's no way on any day and twice on a Sunday West Ham have even been in this game in terms of the game state. They've had a few moments, don't get me wrong, but Villa, honestly, wouldn't have looked out of place at 5-0, would it? It wouldn't look out of place at 5-0, Villa, this. Yet, they've still got a puncher's chance of West Ham. Still got a chance. 2-0 Forest. Is that what someone's saying? 2-0 Forest. Let me see. 2-0 Forest. Let me get that changed. Spurs are in the mud. Spurs are in the mud. Could Spurs go down? Are Spurs going down? Spurs going down.
Oh my god.
Let's say down, down, down. Come on. Spurs are going down. Going down, down, down. Spurs are going down. Going down, down, down. Spurs are going down. Going down, down, down. Spurs are going down.
Do it again.
No.
Can you do it again for me?
One more time.
Yeah.
Going down, down, down. Spurs are going down. Going down, down, down. Spurs are going down. High five. Head bump. Head bump.
Oh, it's so perfect.
So perfect.
Daddy, like and subscribe to your channel.
Oh, God. Yes. Like and subscribe to the channel, please, if you don't mind the madhouse. Wow. A Forest win is great. Results keep Spurs nailed down. It's keeping Spurs absolutely nailed to the canvas, is this? Absolutely nailed to the canvas. A home game against Forest, who are poor this season in the relegation battle. Don't win many games of football, regardless of the players. What I'll say about Forest is they've got Elliot Anderson, they've got Morgan Gibbs-White, always got an opportunity to win games with them. But they're in the mud too. You shouldn't be getting beaten if you Spurs at home 2-0 currently by Forest. Shouldn't be happening.
What do you mean?
Sorry, mate.
And it's not. On the top.
Forest just a point behind us. It's the gap to West Ham currently that matters, though. Whether we finish 15th or 16th or 17th, it doesn't matter come end of season, does it? Yeah, I've got it on now, mate. I've got the Spurs game on now. Going down, down, down. Spurs are going down.
Come on. Oh, good. Come on, Spurs. Come on.
Bielsa's knee. The clue is in the name there, mate. We had fight, mate. Whether we had soul, we had fight. Bielsa will be at Wembley for the Uruguay game on Friday. Go get him back. Oh. Do we have to go to London on Friday just to bring the same air as him? Morgan Gibbs-White with the second goal on 62 minutes too. Hi from Croatia. Spurs are playing absolutely crap. Spuds are buried. Honestly, I don't know how you come back from this. I genuinely thought the late goal at Anfield, hold on, mate. I genuinely thought the late goal at Anfield and beating Atletico in the Champions League were going to turn their season around. This has just halted all momentum, which for us is brilliant. But what I will say is, a result like this, if it ends 2-0 or gets worse, he's got to get sacked as Tudor. Then all of a sudden, it all could change. If I were Spurs, I'd sack Tudor and I'd bring Harry Redknapp in because they need a harmonious environment, and I think you get the best out of that team. I mean, they're bringing on, players like Xavi Simons. I mean, come on. In what world should they even be in a relegation fight? Richarlison. And I know they've got 14 players out injured. If you take 14 players out of any side, you're going to struggle. 2-0 Villa. Let's get that one on. Get up there, the Villa. Get up there, the Villa. Come on. Aston Villa, get in.
Get in.
West. Oh, poor goalkeeping. Say West Ham in the mud.
West Ham in the mud.
Yes. Look at that, poor keeping.
One more time, say.
Get in, Watkins. Get up. Get that change. Get in.
Get in.
Get up there.
Get up there.
Get up there, sausage.
Get up there, sausage.
Get up there, sausage.
Get up there, sausage.
Come on. 2-0 Villa. Oh, these draws aren't too bad for Leeds now, are they? Come on. Up the Villa. Get up. Get up.
Leeds.
Brilliant entertainment with your son, Matty. Bless him. Yeah, bless him indeed.
And Leeds United. And
Love him. Love him.
Harrogate. Best centre in Harrogate.
Not sure, Lloyd. Not sure. 2-0 to the Villa. Get in there, yes. Come on. I'm going to leave Villa game on for now then. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to go back to the Spurs game. Spurs are going down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Farker is the boss. We had all it, and it turns out this weekend is going great even after. Yeah. It's weird because, we should be cut adrift. We should be adrift, Bielsa's knee. We should be 4, 5, 6, 10 points clear of where we are. Like, I genuinely, right, this sounds crazy right now. Crazy. And if it's a one Sunderland fan watching it, you'll call me out on it. But I don't think Sunderland have been miles better than Leeds United. I don't think Sunderland are deserving of a 10-point gap on Leeds United. Come at me. I don't. But guess what? That's where we're at.
Oh my God.
That's where we're at. I don't think Sunderland are 10 points better than Leeds United. I don't. I think we stay up, and I think we're better than Sunderland next year. I genuinely just don't see it. But it's there. In black and white. We can all see it. We haven't seen games out when we've been on top. Our fault.
Spurs are going down.
Goal kick, Forest. Goal kick. DCL took Watkins' England spot on to say, thank you, Watkins scores against. Yeah, he does. Tell your boy the Rhinos are winning. Leeds Rhinos are winning. We'll take that. Say, I do need to watch that because, like I say, I'm doing a... You have to watch out on my community post for anyone that likes rugby because I'll be posting on there the link for tomorrow. And if you want a bit of rugby chat on a Monday night, now it's a national break, that would be great for you to come along because the chances are we'll only have 1 or 2 people watching live tomorrow. So if you like rugby league, check my community post out and I'll post the link on there. And we'll have a chat tomorrow. He is adorable. June says you're adorable. Say thank you, June.
Thank you, June.
Thank you, June.
Like and subscribe to my channel.
Like and subscribe to the channel.
Well done.
I think June is subscribed to the channel. But thank you.
Finishing.
Thank you, June. Still poor performance, poor result for us yesterday. Of course it is Jamie, but we're clutching, aren't we? We're clutching. Exactly. Coxie, how you doing, mate? Hope you're good, my mate. We should be smashing Spuds away. They only beat us 2-1 at home due to 2 lucky deflected goals and some good goal. I agree with that. And they had Kudos, who were man at match by far. Kudos in that game against Spurs was probably one of the best performances I've seen by an opposing player this season. Kudos was unplayable that day, and they still got massive shades of luck to beat us. I agree, Coxie. West Ham are now 18th. 18th for who, weren't they? 16-4 up. Cheers, my mate. At what point do we say there's worse teams with no bottle for a fight? Our players who yesterday never gave up, we might not have the quality, but bottle we do have. Mate, we have never say die attitude. It's a great bunch. You know what I'll say, Stevie? It's a likeable group. It is a likeable group we have. Do people think this looks like Lamine Yamal? I think it looks really good, though. I think when you start colouring maybe his face and stuff, it'll start looking a bit more. I can see the Barca colours. That's looking really good. I love that you love drawing, mate. You're really, really good, mate, at drawing. You're really, really good. We will relegate West Ham last day of the season. Let's hope they're gone before that, Trig. I wanted a draw in this, but now I'd quite like Forest to get a couple more. Yeah, I think what it is, Colin, a draw before game made sense. The more goals Forest can pummel them by and really dampen the mood at Spurs even more, and if that's possible, is better for Leeds United. It's better for everyone down there, to be fair. Good boy. West Ham leaves so much space in full-backs. Yeah, they do.
Spurs are going down.
We do have quality, though. I mean, I think we've got more quality than we've seen this season, Clive. I do. And Andy, that don't bother me. That doesn't surprise me on it at all. Yeah, imagine. Spurs Lincoln away, class. Yeah, bet.
I would never see Leeds in first at Premier League. Never.
I mean, we're in Premier League now. What are you on about?
No, like first top of Premier League.
Oh, you don't think you'll ever see Leeds at top of Premier League?
Yeah.
But you're just a kid. You've got so many years to live. I hope you bloody do. I won't see Leeds at top of the league probably in my lifetime. Not by how many times, like I said earlier, I walk past fridge and can't do all but open it. But mate, you're 6, nearly 7. Go on, say it.
6-7.
Told you. You're 6, nearly 7, mate.
6-7.
You hopefully will see Leeds be the dominant force in the country and in Europe. Let's hope. I agree with you and Matty. We should be safe by now. My God, we should be safe by now. It does not feel like we're in a relegation battle until the loss at Sunderland. That's what it was like. My eyes were wide open to it. I'm like, wow, we are in a battle here. But it's taken all that time to feel that way. It really has, because I've been fairly calm all season, seeing some good stuff. Yep.
I couldn't really draw I got really frustrated, but now I've practiced more. It's gone easier.
And practice makes perfect, mate. Yeah. It's good. Well done. I bet the crowd are getting on at Spurs players' backs. They must feel like losers, totally defeated. Yeah. Like I say, if you wanted Spurs to go down, which is the ideal, really, but I've always thought that we're going to at some point turn it round. I think the week they've just had, they'll have gone into this with more hope today than they've probably had in months. And if they'd have beaten Forest today, which at home against the side that they're in amongst it with them, after the week they've had, they will have fancied the chances today. To lose this game is a massive hammer blow to Spurs. And to be losing currently 2-0, this could be a season. I always said this could be a season-defining weekend for Spurs. This could be a season-defining game, 100%. People forget that Farkas and Economist, he's all about cold hard stats and not. Mate, he's German through and through. German efficiency. It's all stat-based. It's all, everything's got to have its. He's not let the shackles off. Let's play the game as we see it. Let's be risky. Let's go for it. It's all key metrics and small margins and doing something that he knows works more often than not, more than, let's beat a man. Let's try this turn. It's all systematic. It's Farker. It's German efficiency. It's how he is. It's just how he is. There's no flamboyance from Leeds United. We're not allowed to be that. We saw that when Jorginho were there. Spurs with a chance. Whipped in. Oh, Felto. Who was that? What's that? I don't know his name, but it's that young blonde-haired lad for Spurs who's a talent, to be fair. Decent cross there from left-hand side. Should have done better there. Slides in, goes wide, goes over. We'll take that. Anton Stack, man of the match, Matty. What do you think? Anton Stack and Ampadu for me. Anton Stack and Ampadu. I couldn't split them, mate. I mean, Ampadu got the best rating. Whether people's asked about that on SofaScore. But yeah, Ampadu and Stack, were brilliant, I thought, yesterday. There weren't many that were brilliant, but I thought them two were. Leeds were a better team than Sunderland. Sunderland are masters. Sunderland are masters, Lloyd, at getting the points when they deserve to get the points. So, do you know what I mean? Like, at Ellen Road, they didn't deserve to win that game. But they're the masters of keeping it tight. They don't concede many goals. They don't score many goals. They've scored less goals than Leeds United this season. I think by about 6 or 7. Yeah, the win tight games. The win tight games. Usually find that we drop points in tight games. But I don't think they've had a better season than us. But in terms of points, they have. Theo talking about practice making perfect. What happened to his left foot?
Okay, I can do it.
Yeah, can you really? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, a bit more practice maybe. Meant to keep Spurs up. We will be safe before then, I hope so, mate. Hi from South Valleys. Hey up, David. Top show. Harry Wilson already taken points of opposition. Harry Wilson is bloody brilliant. That's why. Miss Gabby big time yesterday, says Colin. Yeah, honestly, I can't say enough about that. Really, he's huge for Leeds United. He's arguably been our best, one of our top 3 performers this season. For 10 million quid, you're not buying a better left back for me. You're not. He's an unbelievable player. Oh, shot, Spurs. Oh, deflected wide. I thought that was a goal. Another corner. Sarr with a volley from edge of area. It deflects wide. Watching Fark football is like a cheese sandwich without Branston Pickle. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's something a little bit more tangy, a little bit saucy you can add with it, but you just decide not to, just for crack. So we'll just go with plain Jane cheese sandwich. I love that. This is what's frustrating about the season. It's by design. Yeah, Clive. Spuds are planted. Martin out there. If Rafinha was at Leeds, he wouldn't get a game. I agree, Martin. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Crazy, but yeah, maybe. Leeds were last top of the Premier League on January 1st, 2000. Too long, mate. Only so long we can get away with other teams picking up poor results when it's winning games. Of course we do. And we should be clear now. We should easily have 2 more wins than we currently have. We should have 2 more wins than we currently have. There's no 2 ways about that, Ez. We should have 2 more. And that's playing it down. That's just the 2 wins we need to guarantee survival. 2 wins is playing it down. Should be more than that. You do, Clive, yep. It's all Villa. West Ham have been absolutely battered today. Been absolutely battered. That's the one, Liam. I know it begin with B. Blonde person for Spurs. That young blonde lad. Bergville. Yeah, good player. It is, mate. It is. Leeds players are too nice. We need a David Batty or a boy. You know what does my head in? Not even just too nice. Just they don't surround the ref. They don't any sort of injustice or tackle or moment in a game that you think that's questionable, ref. That should be a penalty. That's an handball or whatever. I don't feel like we go on like other teams. I really don't. Oh, Picario comes out. I thought we were in then. Archie is Spurs' best player back. Colin, yep, he is. I hope we got a good sell on because he'll go for 100 million. I mean, I can't remember who said it, was it? Someone at Leeds said it, wasn't they? That they reckon he'll end up at Real Madrid at some point in his career, which sounds crazy at the time. But I think he's top draw. He'll go to the top of the game. He is the only one I think this season who can take any credit at Tottenham in terms of the players on the pitch. I think he's been outstanding. And it's a old head on young shoulders. And I'm dead proud as a Leeds fan of what Archie's putting out there in terms of effort and how he's looking amongst a lot of cowards and a lot of greedy footballers who I don't think care about the badge they're playing for at Spurs. And I think Archie Gray's been set a really good example at 20 years of age of how you conduct yourself and how you condone yourself when you've got when you've been brought up the right way, the Leeds way. Unfortunately, it's in a Spurs shirt, but he's maybe proud as a Leeds fan to say he come from Leeds, that's for sure.
I've made like red and brown and it's actually made a real good shade.
That's good. I'm going to show him that, yeah. Just want to show you this picture again, guys. I'm enjoying it. It looks more like Lamine Yamal now, mate. You're doing a bit of shading. It's really good, that, mate. Really good. People like it. Well done, mate. Well done. I'll put that on the fridge, yeah? If West Ham lose today, I think 7 points will be enough for us to stay up. Yeah, Steve, I think if we get 7 points and we go down, it's hard done by at 40 points, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Imagine that as shit house today. Have him for a couple of years. We'll get up, we'll stay up, and then we'll buy him off you for 20 million quid or something like that. Yeah, Pete, it's a better point because when we dropped 2 points yesterday, there's a chance that West Ham go to Villa and win. I mean, West Ham beating Villa on today's performance by Villa, he said absolutely no chance Villa have battered them and look where league position that is. But West Ham have been going to places better than Villa and getting results. Going to Villa and winning today wasn't out of the realms of possibility. So the point yesterday that looked a bad point looks a better point with West Ham losing. Fact, it's another weekend where they haven't not only gained on us, but we've actually pushed beyond that. We've gone from a 3-point gap to a 4-point gap. On the back of a loss to Sunderland. I know we lost to City, but we expect that. But a loss to Sunderland, an awful game at Palace, which were a draw, and an awful game yesterday that were a draw. We're now 4 points clear, not 3. We've gained a point. So you best believe I'm in a better mood now, Pete, than I could have been. But yeah, as much as they haven't closed the gap, we haven't spread the gap either. At some point, Leeds have to spread the gap. It's on us. It's on you. Control what you can control. And we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But what I've always said is when you're in the Championship and you're going for promotion like we have been when we've been down there recently, you don't win, you best believe your Sheffield United are going to win. Your Burnleys, your Norwiches, whoever we're fighting with, you best believe they're going to win or they're going to draw. You don't find, if you're top second and you lose, you don't find third, fourth, fifth and sixth all lose. You don't find that. A lot of them win. When you're at the bottom end of the Premier League, there is weeks, sometimes a lot of weeks where you drop points, but they all do too. They all do too. And that's happening a lot. But we need to do it ourselves as well because we should be clear. We should be Sunderland now with his feet up, enjoying the last 6-7 games of the season because we've been good enough. I get a walk in every time. Agree, Chris. Agree. Oh. Yes, you are. Spurs are going down. You are, Alan. You're supposed to guess them, mate. Google it. Don't listen to this bloody sad sack here. Google it, mate. 2-0 and 2-0. I changed the scores. I just didn't click show. I'm really bad at this. I just come on here for a chinwag with loads of friends, but I'm not great at this. I do need to get a bit more professional at it, but you know what? I'm not a professional guy, so sod it. But yeah, thanks for letting me know, mate, because I would have left it off. If no one says, oh, I forget. I've got 2 bloody nutters around me as well. The turmoils we went through, getting 15 points, then 10 points deducted, then going out of League 2, League 1. Disasters after disaster. I'm so happy for the youth today walking around wearing our colours. Yeah, me too, mate. 100%. 100%. Yeah, I can't disagree with that, mate. Let's hope Bielsa sends the Uruguay team out to injure Bowen. They'll have to sell their nice new ground to Arsenal, yeah. Teddy, we play too much passing back side to side, Matty. We need more attack. We do need to attack more, mate. 100%. Oh, just keep drawing, not scoring, Teddy, and hope everybody else around us don't win as well, which is all right. Yeah, it's on us, mate. We need to go score some goals, mate. Brentford on 7-game unbeaten run. Exactly half of the no mugs Brentford. It was a game we could win. It's a game on balance that we maybe weren't too far off winning if we'd have just been a bit more risky in his play. Saved by Vicario down middle. Outstanding sketch. Wow, brilliant. People saying that about your drawing, mate. John Pepper and Nige, love it. We drew at Villa, beat Forest, yep. Remember when Spence was with us? Thought he was too good to be here. I mean, he played for England since as well, hasn't he? Playing at Spurs. Won Europa League last season, so he's done a bit since he's left us, but at the minute, it's crap there for a minute. Get rid of it. 84 minutes in. Nico Williams. That left edge. Get rid of it. Well played. It's a free kick, Forest. Well played. They'll take that all day long. More Spurs fans stand up and walk out of stadium. Spence is terrible. Spurs have a tough run in after this. Yeah, they do. They could be in real trouble. Punky, they are in real trouble. Best believe it. Best believe it. Yeah, I agree. Need 2 wins, I reckon. Would like it away. Pete, it's criminal. We've only won 1 away all season. It's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. 281 watching, 159 likes. Come on, says Junior. Smashes a like if you don't mind. We're at 300 now watching, which is incredible. Thank you so much. Like I say, when it comes to watch-alongs, I'm just enjoying community we've got on here now. I aren't great at watch-alongs. It's not a fancy setup. You know, it costs a lot of money for these fancy setups. I'm just me. So I appreciate anyone watching. Thank you. Is that finished now, yeah?
Yeah.
Brilliant. That Lamine Yamal, look at that. Well done, mate. That's brilliant detail, that. I love that, mate. Well done. Your mum will love that too when she gets in. Well done, mate. Cracking that. Well done. His face, but it's so cute. Good lad. Doing a great job, mate. Thanks, David. Cheers, pal. Can't argue with that, mate. Even though we're not exactly cooking at the minute, a 4-point gap is brilliant. Yeah, you've got to, you know, you have a thought process in the end of what you want to, you know, before the weekend starts, right? Leeds have to win, and then hopefully these. In ideal world, we'd have won, and all these results are similar to what they are anyway. But we've got a 7-point gap on West Ham, or 6-point gap on West Ham instead of 4. That would be better if we just took care of our own business. But the next best outcome is if we haven't done it, let's hope the other results go our way. And Forest have done, and not just for Leeds United, obviously, which is what we're here for themselves, giving them a massive opportunity with Forest now to stay up. Forest are just, bearing in mind, you got to remember with this as well, no one's mentioned this tonight, but everyone knows, Forest have just gone 120 minutes and a penalty shootout, 3 days ago? 2 days? 3 days ago? Forest, 3-0 Forest. Wow. 3-0 Forest. Spurs, you are in the bin. You are in the bin, Spurs. Wow. 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 3-0. 3-0 Forest. Spurs are. Let's say it. Let's say it now. Spurs are going down. Let's say it. Let's cut the crap. Spurs are going down. You can't lose 3-0 to a relegation rival. You cannot lose 3-0 to a relegation rival. 3-0. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Problem is, Leeds fans, he'll get sacked, will Tudor. He'll get sacked. And then what? But right now, as we sit here right now, what a cross that is. What a ball that is. Wow. Wow. That is some cross, that. Great finish, that. Great finish. Nico Williams on his right foot. Bearing in mind, he's a left fullback. Plays it in. What a finish by the number 9. Danny Womer. What a goal that is. 3-0. Spurs are well and truly in the bin.
No, they're in
wow. Wow.
They're in the...
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
They're in the dead.
They're in the bin, mate.
They're in the dead.
They're in the dead. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Wow, I can't get over this. I actually can't get over this. In the mud. In the absolute mud. Well done, lad. Yeah, thanks, Coxie. Coxie says good as well, mate. Hey. Absolutely buzzing.
Oh!
3-0. I can't believe it's 3-0. I can't believe it.
What's the Aston Villa score?
Jamie, can we beat Spurs away? Again, Jamie, who knows where both sides will be come that game? It's a fair few weeks off yet. But yeah, you best believe we can. You best believe we can. Thanks, Brian. Really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. What's up, son?
What's the Aston Villa score?
2-0 still. 2-0. 2-0. Great drawing, says Yerman. Yerman. Colin says, saw a good video about relegation. Would mean for Spurs financially disastrous. I can imagine, say I've not seen it. I will know you. I will know you. Here. I'm bad with pronunciation. I ain't saying that name. If Spurs go down, the whole of the Middle East will be celebrating 3-0 Forest. From fans to players to all the management team, Spurs are just looking drained of energy. Yeah. It's mad to beat Atletico. Do we just put that down to Atletico already being through in first leg? Is that what we put that down to midweek? Because a 3-2 win with a last-minute penalty, I'm thinking they're bouncing into this. They've literally played 120 minutes in penalties of Forest. Literally 120 minutes and penalties, and then they put up this. They put up this 3-0 away at Spurs. Mental, absolutely mental. What a time to play Spurs to play Forest. What a time to play them. You watch them do 120 minutes and penalties. Unbelievable. Yeah, Coxie, I'm like that, mate. I wish it were next week we were playing them, mate. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Jimmy, you know it. Played really well, Forest. They have some Kershaw, they have some fantastic players. They really, really do. I didn't like their managerial change, I won't lie, and I thought, yeah, they'll go down. They'll go down because of it. And with Europe as well. But if you look at the team, they shouldn't even be in the conversation. I think Forest have I know Tottenham probably have the best squad, but I think Forest have a superb squad. Probably the best down there, to be honest. And they shouldn't be in it. Unreal, though. Unreal. I'm buzzing. 3-0. Wow.
On like the bracelet for me and your mouth, I've like put some like light blue and added some like on it.
Yeah, good lad. When is Chris Wood back for us? I heard a rumour he was back. I thought he might have been back today on bench, but I think he's back shortly, Formula Prog. Can you imagine them with Chris Wood? Because I think the lack of Chris Wood up top for them has really made them struggle this season. Hey up, Paul. We wanted a draw between Spurs and Forest. Paul, if I'm honest, a 3-0 demolition job is probably just as good for us. It really is. This really, really harms Spurs. Really, really harms Spurs, mate. Can you imagine going into an international break on back of a 3-0 loss? Can you imagine? Minus 10 goal difference now as well. 1-6 for West Ham now. Has momentum slowed down for them, the Kershaw now? Somerville will be back. I think for our cup games, will be back for league then, won't he? But Somerville had a massive spike in his performance. Started scoring goals, 6 and 7. You heard me. But yeah, 1-6. It's definitely halted their momentum now, isn't it? Everyone moaning about Brentford result. They are 7th at 17 points clear of us. After that's gone unnoticed by a lot of people, I think. A lot of people after have looked at us and thought what we didn't do well enough, instead of actually complimenting the opposition and going, I'm not being funny, but they're pretty good this season, you know. I thought the lad was just clouting in, but he did the actual drawing, didn't he? Yeah, he did, Bungleby. Yeah, he did. He did. Agent Gray get in there. Let's not forget Spurs took Robinson and Lennon off us for a pittance. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. How good a point was that yesterday? Yes, what a point yesterday. Get in Leeds with that point. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant how it's come out today. It was a channel called The Football Business, but I'll have a look at that, Colin. I'll have a look at that. Good point. Now, Europe is different. Yeah. He did, mate. He did. He coloured it and drew it. Precious point yesterday now. Yes, Atletico were not trying. Don't forget they'd already exactly be else. That's what I'm sort of looking at. I mean, on paper, it's a great result. And let's be fair, I even thought performance by Atletico Madrid that was going to be below par and not as intense. I still thought they'd beat Tottenham. So it was surprising seeing them win and scoring 3 goals. But looking at what I've seen today, it has to be that, you know, the reason why they love the drawing match. Cheers, John. Will the Spuds sack him? I think so. My brother's a Spurs fan, 78 years old. Best if I give him a call before he jumps out the window. Yeah, just check on him, Chris. Check he's all right, mate, yeah? Poor bugger's a Spurs fan. Go check he's all right, mate. We can beat Spurs if Farker puts one attacking intent in the side. It's likely he'll try to cancel them out. Bite Spurs, they might be gone, so and we may be a few points, maybe a win or 2 before that for us. So who knows where we'll become that point, that game. Hopefully it's not the be all and end all, waiting for those games. 2-0 Villa ends. Cheers, Mike. 2-0 Villa. And I'm coming to the end of this one now, 3-0. But Matty, how is that Tottenham drew away at Liverpool? Don't know, mate. Liverpool, as we've seen many times this season, very poor at home at times. No, they lost yesterday as well, didn't they? 2-1. Can't see games out sometimes, Liverpool. But I did think the 2 performances we've just seen from Tottenham this week were going to be the catalyst, the turning point for them, and it hasn't happened. Did he, Fergal? So he's literally getting his sharpness up ready for the game, isn't he? Logically, if West Ham, that's it, full time. Spurs lose 3-0 at home. Wow. Logically, if West Ham beat us in the cup game, they will be more game pressure on them. Time for Leeds to recover. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, Milk Cup final. I want Arsenal to win, do you? I think so, David. That's 100% why it's hard to call what'll happen with Spurs after this, because I genuinely feel you'll see Tudor. International break, you've got to sack him now. I actually think if Spurs had won today, they might have still sacked him. So you best believe I'm saying they're going to sack him now, and you never know what happens. International break, they sack him, get 1 or 2 players back, and all of a sudden Spurs could be a different club. But looking at that right now, that isn't a good performance. You've been edged out. That is an absolute pasting. And I would back West Ham, and I lost today and they've won 1 in 5, as Kershaw said. I would back West Ham to get more points than Spurs in the last 7 games. I would. I would. Yeah, no, still, yeah. Look at Leeds. We're on 33. West Ham on 29. Spurs on 30. Forest on 32.
What?
But yeah, Spurs goal difference there. Give them a right hammer in, so it's put them in the same conversation goal difference-wise as us, Forest and West Ham. Yeah, mate.
I think I saw Wolves on 26.
Exactly, Michael. Exactly. Oh, Michael Brown. What a name, Michael Brown. We all dream of a team of Michael Browns. A team of Michael Browns. A team of Michael Browns. Number 1, Michael Brown. Number 2, Michael Brown. Number 3, Michael Brown. Who remembers that from back in the day? We all dream of a team of Michael Browns. My kids are looking at me going, who's Michael Brown? You, sir. You're Michael Brown. I'm not Liam, no, mate. I'm not. I'm going to have a bit of a chat on here for a bit longer. There's 393 people currently in. Thank you so much for watching. Please smash me a like. Please subscribe to the channel. I really, really appreciate the support. So, yeah, if you could do that, that would be brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone that's watched today, and thanks to everyone who watched yesterday. Great results this weekend, says Coxie. Hopefully we can reset and capitalise after the break. The cup game should be a good market. Yeah, it should be. It's turned out to be, let's be fair, the stress, the anxiety we get as Leeds fans, it can be quite high. You know, and I'll still do content through this little mini break we've got. We'll still think about it, talk about it. It's nice to end with those results today where we're not too anxious riddled, because if we'd have lost yesterday, if these results were going against us, we'd have been, you know, sucked right into it even more than we feel we are now. It'd have been a lot worse to sort of stomach. It's not as bad as it could have been. It's not as good as it could have been either. But after that game yesterday, this is pretty much as we, you know, I saw a lot of people wanting Forest to win just to sort of really hammer and nail Spurs to the canvas even more than they have been this season. They haven't won in 2026 yet in the Premier League. If it wasn't for that Atletico win midweek, you know, they haven't won at all in any competition this calendar year so far. So it could be the end of Spurs, this. It really, really could be. But we didn't do our business. We didn't. We got a point, which we're still getting more than what West Ham's got today, which we've gone from a 3-point gap to a 4-point gap. Showing them again.
Yeah.
You just like milking it for compliments, don't you? You just want compliments all the time. They've already said it's really good. They'll love it. Someone's really happy with herself, aren't they, kid? Silly boy. J-Dog, I was worried a few weeks ago that 40 wouldn't be enough, but after day 38, 39 will probably be enough. Maybe, J-Dog. I think 40 is definitely enough. I've always thought 40 is enough, but there was a period of time a few months ago where I thought 35, 36 were enough. But yeah, if you get high 30s, if you're in and around 39, 40, I think you're all right. I wouldn't shake your hand on 38 though, J-Dog. I really wouldn't. Forest still in Europa League. That's going to help us as well. I agree. I agree, Stevie. Everyone plays again before we play Scum. Yeah, so there could be massive pressure on that Scum game. So let's hope we get around the fixtures again, Steve. You know, we don't play till Monday night, which is a long wait from now. It's 2 weeks tomorrow till our game against Scum. Let's hope those results go our way so we can go into the Scum game, you know, without as much pressure. But it's going to be tough because someone's going to pick up some points around us. And when you need to go to a place like Old Trafford and get points, that's when it becomes tough. That's why they lost to Sunderland. They dropped points at Palace. They dropped points yesterday. That's where 3 or 4 of these points, more than what we've got now, a game against Scum, where 6 points clear, 7 points clear, you can go and enjoy the moment of playing, you know, inaudible scum bastards in the backyard. You can go play them without the worry of points being a massive issue. The points are an issue, and by the time we play Scum, we may not be 4 points clear. That's the thing. And then what? Then what? Tell you what, I'm going to have a quick look now who the actual fixtures are. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Rhinos are getting hammered by all I've seen. 24-16. What are you doing, Rhinos? Bloody hell. Horrible. Let's have a look at this. So we play Scum there. So you've got West Ham Wolves on the Friday night, right? So the bit of context there. West Ham have Wolves, and I know we'll all go, but Wolves are doing well. I'll tell you what I will be doing. I'll be doing a watch along for that before on the 10th. On the 10th of April, I'll be doing a watch along for West Ham Wolves, and then going straight into late night Leeds. That'll be class night. That. But if West Ham beat Wolves, which right now I would suggest they will. We all have a little prediction thing, don't we? I think West Ham beat Wolves the first game back after the international break, after we beat them in the cup. That is, they'll only be a point behind us at that point. You know, if that happens, you've then got on the Saturday, no one in terms of who bothered us. Forest are at home to Villa, Sunderland at home to Spurs. Don't get no easier for Spurs, but I tell you what, I fancy Forest to maybe get something against Villa at home. Yeah, that's in a few weeks' time. But they're winnable games, them. They're very winnable games for Forest and West Ham. And then the pressure's on for a game against Scum. So this is where the results of late haven't been the end of the world because teams around us haven't picked up points. But I think my prediction now is the next round of fixtures, we don't get the favours. We don't get the results. And then we've got to go to Scum. So we could be in a whole load of trouble after that Monday night game at Scum. Right now, in an international break, park the bus, sound, have a little break from Leeds United, come back, win a quarter-final, and get us to Wembley. And then we'll see where the land lies a weekend after that. But it's going to be tough, that next round of fixtures for us. 4 points away from 18th. I'm concerned about at the moment, Matty. Yeah, I mean, 4 points in as big as it should be. Top. Thanks, Matty. Top stream as always. Thank you very much, Steve. You're a massive supporter of the channel. Your support don't go unnoticed, mate. Thank you. Keep Tudor. He's doing brilliant. I couldn't agree more, Mike. Keep him. He's doing brilliant. I think he'll go me. I think he'll go me. You're probably where a tiny young lad like your boys when the fan 16 years in the wilderness, it's completely different now, brother. Yeah. Let's hope so. Only 6 behind Palace, says Arthur. Freddie, cheers. Thanks for the stream. Got to go tidy up before I get in trouble. Freddie, I can't say my last finishes work. She'll be on for 6:30. So, yeah, I'll have to make sure I do a 10-minute. Is it one of those 10-minute ones, Freddie, where you've left it till the last 10 minutes and you do we can do loads in 10 minutes, us men, can't we? Spurs look resigned, but we aren't very much better. Away at Scum next, boys, yeah. Like I say, when you look at the context of West Ham at home to Wolves, Forest at home to Villa, I feel sick now. I shouldn't have looked at next fixtures. Good to see you happy now, Matty, than yesterday. Makes me feel less nervy. Oh, thanks, Mamie, man. Thank you. We have been lucky with today with results, but we need to win a few games. We do, mate. We do.
Dad, who's put the mouth around
Maybe.
drink?
Don't know, mate. I'd take a loss to West Ham on the last day if it sent Spurs down with Wolves and Burnley. Yeah, maybe Clive. You know, if we could afford to lose a game of football, then you know that'd be a nice place to be. At the minute, we can't afford to lose them. We'll discuss it on last day, but I never want to see my team lose a game of football. But maybe there'll be a fair few Leeds fans say that if we're safe at that point. I just hope the Leeds United players come back fit and healthy. That's massive. Michael Brown, 100% massive. Got a lot of lads going off with Wales. We've got Anton Stark, DCL. Which, as much as I'm happy for DCL, I'd rather him not have made this lineup for England. To be fair, here's another drawing. He's copied a badge. A Leeds United badge he's got there, look, in gold. He's got the badges and trophy there, look. Copy one of his badges. He's trying to find your badge now. Yeah. There you go. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up the stream now. Get through a few more comments. If only we did our job. Frustrating if Leeds win yesterday and we'd be safe now. Yeah, there's something in that, pal, 100%. Great drawing. Can we sign him? My mate's a Forest fan. I'll email him now. Email him? Text him, Paul. Text him. You're a bit posh emailing him. Theo's talents are endless. I know he's just one of them kids, isn't he? Just one of them kids. Hopefully we do West Ham in the FA Cup and it put West Ham on a bit of a low. Well, 1 win in 5. It's not great for West Ham. It feels like the momentum's slightly halted a little bit. It's still going to be between us and West Ham, and it will go down to the final against season. Sloop, I don't want to wear that, mate. Don't want to wear that. Yeah, that's got me worried a little bit as that. Got me a little bit worried. Second goal for Forest today was an embarrassment for Spurs. Oh, is this the badge? I should have.
It's on me.
Have you got the picture again? Pass me the picture again. Where's the picture? I'll show him one more time. Honestly, he loves it, doesn't he? That's his drawing. That's his drawing. And that's his badge. So he's drawn that badge. Well done, mate. Brilliant. Brilliant, mate. God love him. God love him. Thanks, Matty. You're a top man. You're a credit, just like your boy. Thanks, Stevie, man. Thank you. Cheers, my mate. Thanks so much, buddy. The way West Ham and Spurs played today, I reckon Wolves and Sunderland get something out of it. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Not getting a league win since Forest is a long time. Yeah, it is to feel confident, but results today weren't too bad for us. There's something in it, Matthew, that we may not get many more points this season. We may not get many. I back us to get to 40, but we may not get many more wins this season. But also, Matthew, the teams around us won't get many more either. It's just who gets the most. Best Leeds YouTuber by a long way. I don't know about that, Nintotters. Thank you so much, but I don't know about that. I'm just a bloody bit of an idiot, really, who likes to come in here and chat to like-minded people. That wouldn't have sounded good, would it? Just like to chat to Leeds fans and football fans about football and Leeds. And I've just got two nutter kids outside of me, which, yeah, I'm glad you all don't mind. And yeah, not everyone does it. It's not professional. I get that, but like I keep saying, I ain't professional. It ain't my bag. There's too many wives here and too many cans, mate. Archie Gray doing a great job for Leeds. He is. Fuck as a genius. I'm loving them comments. Cheers, Matty. Cheers, Cox. You take care, pal. You too, mate. Someone called Leeds draw specialist. Well, we're good at getting them, aren't we? Okay, mate. Get him an email then. Get him. Spurs look short of confidence. They're doing. They have done for a long time. We just have to win our remaining home games. Then safe. I want Spurs to go down to it. All boxed up. Couldn't agree with you more. Right then. I'm going to say my goodbyes. Honestly, thanks so much to everyone that's tuned in for this. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. The watch-alongs are new for me. I haven't done loads of them. Definitely done less than 10. Doing watch-alongs of teams that aren't Leeds United, I'm never sure how they're going to go down. So thanks so much for going along with Journey with me. Any game that impacts Leeds United, I'll try and do a watch-along for. Now the fact that the boys can come in and out and it doesn't affect you or bother anybody, thank you for that too. Really appreciate it. Go on. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? It got to 400 at one point. It's mad, isn't it? Got up to 400 with you mad heads next to me. What's going on?
400.
It did at one point. But we're saying it's goodbyes now. But yeah, thank you so much. You're going to say bye to everybody?
Bye-bye.
Jonah, you want to come say bye? Bye. Good boy. Who are you backing for the Carabao Cup today? I'm backing Arsenal, mate. I think Arsenal win, Clive. Thanks, Will. Thank you, Matthew. Bring out to you. I'm still all boxed up. Right, do me a favour, guys. Smash me a like. Smash me a subscribe. Yeah, we'll watch it. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much to everyone. Goodbye.